I do have hours left. This is interesting. Came back in, but I was gone. So I'll go live for a little bit. Probably not too long. Just a little bit. Just a little live. Cause why not? You know? Why not? I did it because everybody left. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this name. That's why. Yeah. Yeah, it just. Hey, Neggy, what's up, man? How are you? Yeah, I gotta watch more of your videos. Your videos are very interesting. Yeah, sub to you. I gotta watch more of your stuff. You're very insightful. How you doing? Thank you for stopping by to the madness. Yeah, come up, dude. Yeah, hit the link. My mic's a little messed up, so there might be a little reverb, but yeah, you're always welcome. Yeah, hit the link. Oh, you're good. I was taking a shit. You're good, Sasha. No worries. Hey, Corey. Hey, man, what's up?
Not much. How you doing? Just thought I'd stop by and just so what's your channel about? Just curious.
My channel's random as fuck. It kind of is about movies, but we do random live streams as well, and it it's mainly about movies, but there's other things too. Like it's a variety kind of channel.
Okay, so sort of like what I do, but I kind of have a few things that I talk about on a consistent basis, but that's cool.
Yeah. Usually we just hang out and do random streams for random long hours for no reason.
Well, that's awesome. I like that.
So, what's your channel mainly about? I know you talk about the Israel stuff, but is there anything else you focus on, or is that
Yeah,
mainly
I
the
talk
subject?
about cults in general. I talk about just a bunch of other groups that do similar things to cults. I try to educate people so they don't end up joining groups like that. That's basically what it's about. But I talk about whatever I want to. So it's
That's
mainly an
dope, dude.
educational. It's an educational channel, and I've kind of gotten better at making videos about different topics and trying to educate people. But that's mainly the focus.
Yeah, you're actually doing a service. Actually, that's really nice of you to like try to help people out and keep them out of that bullshit. You know?
Yeah, because a lot of people don't really understand how easy it is to fall for that. Like I fell into one. It could happen to anybody.
Oh shit! You were in a cult?
Oh yeah, I was. I was in a group called Torah Knights, and what happened is the the whole thing could have gone much worse. People could have gone to prison. It's a huge shame.
Yeah, man, that sucks. I'm glad you got out of it, but that sucks, man.
Yeah, I got away from it fairly unscathed. The good news is that I had to eventually see for myself how horrible the person that was leading it was. So I saw it
Hmm.
firsthand, and I got out as soon as I could.
I was never in a cult, but I know manipulation. I know manipulation. I dealt with that before.
Yeah, yeah, that's basically what drives the whole thing. But
Yeah, that's very interesting. Like, Can I ask you a question about it, or
Yeah,
it's
sure.
a
Go ahead. Since I'm talking about it, I'm alright with discussing it. So go ahead.
yeah? And if you ever feel uncomfortable, you can always skip a question. It's fine. But how like how did you get into this cult? Was it just a cause you thought, oh, this is a cool cause, I'll support it, and then shit escalated, or?
What happened is I really thought that the leader was a cool guy because the first
Hmm.
videos I saw were kind of weird because the guy was saying that Kim Jong Il was the greatest freedom fighter of all time. So I
Oh
thought at
God.
first that this guy was a little bit crazy. And then I saw his other videos and I kind of got a different view of him because he was talking about things that lined up with what I had done research into. Like
Hmm.
he was talking about the Israelite temple. And what was interesting is I had been reading Aleister Crowley's stuff, which deals with the idea of making your inner man into a temple of sorts. So what was interesting is that made me intrigued. I was wondering why this guy was saying stuff that sounded so familiar to me. So I wanted to know more. And plus, I had to show that I knew a good deal of the Bible. So I basically impressed. I'll just say his name, Judah Nazareth, with what I knew. So it was
Hmm.
it was kind of a weird situation because he could see that I was smart, and I could see that he had something to offer. At least that's what I thought.
Okay, so you thought it was gonna be a relationship that goes both ways. You were getting something from him, he was getting something from you, when
Yeah,
it was
I,
actually he was
I
just
saw
getting
I
from you.
saw someone that was smart, and I wanted to help encourage that. I wanted to make his group stronger. I wanted to give them, something that would make them better than anyone else doing anything similar.
Right. That makes sense. I can get that. So the dude was into Aleister Crowley?
No, he was teaching an unusual take on the Torah that I hadn't heard before then, but he was teaching the Temple of Solomon, or the whole tabernacle. Because if you know anything about the Bible, you know that there was actually a temple before Solomon's temple. It was a tent, but the whole thing had a similar layout to the future temple. So it was like
Right.
you learn all the ins and outs of that. And it's supposed to help you understand God and things like that. So it's like an esoteric thing built off of it. You would imagine my shock when I found out he stole basically everything. So he found it on some Jewish website and changed some things around, and he was ultimately a plagiarist.
Right. Most con men are. Most con men are. You know. Because usually these people are good talkers. They got charisma and
Yeah,
shit.
he was definitely that. And if you go to his channel, he still has the ability, but he doesn't use it. He doesn't use it for constructive purposes. He basically just sits on live streams and just wastes a lot of time. I mean, it's
Oh,
kind of
so this
sad.
is active on YouTube?
He's on YouTube, yes. In fact,
Oh
that's probably
shit.
one of the few places where his cult still has any kind of influence is on YouTube. If
So
you look
this
if you look up Judah
someone
Nazareth,
in trouble. Does this guy still have any power in this
uh,
cult?
he doesn't have the characteristics that made me interested. I'll say that
Okay.
he doesn't have any of the things that would have made me want to have anything to do with him. Because the Judah now is absolutely different from the one that I ran into almost 5 years ago.
Right.
So it's kind of weird, but yeah, that's the long and short of it. And I also was able to learn about other cults. and things that have, cultish, characteristics. Like one thing that I refer to is blackology. That's like this thing that people come up with. It's all these like, friend of a friend told me this, or, I found out that, you could have babies without a man being, anywhere involved. Things like that,
Gotcha.
bits and pieces of ideas that come from cults, but also are part of the whole cult thing, like like Nation of Islam stuff, kind of turned into blackology when the Five Percenters came out, because what they were is they were a group started by a guy that was kicked out of the Nation of Islam. So
Oh,
they had a lot of the teachings of the Nation of Islam without the like structure. So they were
right.
going on just teaching people at bars and other places what they were learning from the Nation of Islam, or what they had learned.
Right, so it's kind of like a warped teaching of the religion.
So yeah, it's like they were taking it to people that in some ways maybe benefited from it, but because it's a cultish ideology, it just means someone else, was able to use it to their own ends. That's what a lot of this stuff amounts to.
Right.
And it's pretty disgusting once you understand it, because even though it opens up so much, it makes it easier to understand how terrorist organizations could get people to do things. This whole thing is it's a mess. It really changes your perspective on the world and a lot of things.
It sounds like quite the rabbit hole.
Oh, it is. It's this is something that people would find hard to believe, but it's very basic. It happens all across the world, across cultures, across languages.
Uh, I would even say, and correct me if I'm wrong, that government to a certain degree, some governments are a cult in a way.
I'm really happy you said that, because for one, there actually are government agencies that have created cults and created groups like cults. One of them would have to be the CIA.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucked up shit going behind the scenes that nobody wants to talk about because, you know, motherfuckers begin killed over that shit.
Well, the good thing is that I'm not someone who is afraid to talk about anything, and I'm willing to put anything on my channel.
Hmm.
So if I ever stop uploading like for a year, that means I'm not around anymore. But I don't think that'll happen.
Well, you're free to say whatever you want over here, and in between me and you, man, they'll probably just think we're crazy, and most people will probably think we're crazy, so they'll probably keep us around to be like, oh, people will just think they're crazy, just it's weird because even people that tell the truth, that the government or people have subverted it to make them look crazy, so they're actually hiding the truth more than they are telling it, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. It's kind of funny because I do want people to think that that I'm playing a character or a little bit on the crazy side, because that actually would take away some of the danger that I might seem yeah, take away some of that perceived danger.
Right.
Because I mean, if you're gonna take someone with an anime, pic on his profile, if you're gonna take that person seriously, I don't know. There's something funny about that, but yeah.
I mean, my picture's not any more serious.
Well, I gotta say, there's a degree that I play with, like the whole, you know, I take things seriously, but I also am willing to, kind of play around with that a little.
Yeah.
But when it really comes down to it, I really just want to educate people and make people smarter, make people more curious about the world. It's something that I'm really passionate about, because for me, I remember when the internet used to be a lot more free. when you could come on here and actually find a whole bunch of information.
Right.
It's not as easy now. I kind of find that a shame, and part of what I want to do is I want to make information more available for people. So when they come to my video, I want to make it to where they don't have to go Google or learn other languages. They can just learn it from me. But
That is a noble cause, man. That's a noble cause. I respect that.
yeah, I do try.
Yeah. I just come on here and have fun and try to make people forget about if they had a bad day, try to make people forget about it and have a good time. But I am into the conspiracy stuff for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because one thing I can tell you is that people call themselves, and I find this super funny for the reason that I'll get to, they call themselves conspiracy theorists. Many of them don't know that that came from the whole JFK assassination.
Right.
They were saying that anyone that speculated about who did it were conspiracy theorists. So one thing I tell people is that I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a I'm a criminal investigator of sorts when it comes to the elite. I'd rather talk about the crimes they've committed, not conspiracies, because that's how I see it. They're criminals.
Yeah. Um, have you ever heard of a channel called John Steele Received?
No, what are they about?
Well, he does hip hop and stuff, but he likes to do kind of like what you're doing and reveal stuff, and he doesn't do it often. He used to do it way more, but he's really into that. He's a very good friend of the channel. We talk in back rooms for like hours because I rarely like go live and stuff lately. I talk to people every night, but I rarely do it live. So we usually do it in back rooms, but he's really into this stuff, and I think you two would have a very interesting conversation.
Yeah, that's cool. I do find that he sounds interesting, at least from what you're telling me. Yeah, so if
Yeah.
I'm ever on and he comes on, we could have a chit chat.
Yeah, I think you guys would really hit it off and shit.
So have you ever heard of 4chan?
I am aware of 4chan. I never use 4chan. I'm not part of that bullshit.
It's got some good little boards on there, and one of them is about paranormal stuff. It's called X from the X Files. But
Oh,
what's kind of weird is it's a mixed bag. It's got good and it's got some not so good.
oh, of course. That's with all sides of the internet.
And by not so good, I'm talking about just some of the dumbest stuff you've ever heard of in your life, uh, like bizarre stuff that people believe,
Mm-hmm.
good weird stuff. Like one thing that people literally like, it's never always just 100% stupid. There's always like a little bit of like intelligence to it, but it just makes it even dumber.
Right, right.
Like these people have the idea that porn is bad, which I don't disagree with. But
Wait,
what's
Cole?
crazy, yeah, porn, like pornography.
Oh, porn. I thought you said corn like the
Yeah.
food.
No. Porn as in pornography. They think it's bad, which I don't disagree with. But the way they take that and they run with it is they'll basically have you believe that you could achieve superhuman powers if you hold in your semen.
Um, okay.
So that's the crazy part. Of course, there are people out there that do have an addiction to pornography, but the problem
Yeah.
is the people that think that they're going to get magical powers are the ones that I think have like a delusion.
I mean, yeah, that's not good. I mean, I'm not really anti-porn. I'm not really into it myself. I mean, if there's a sex scene in a movie, it's fine. But I don't know. I can't watch straight up porn and just
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just not my
and
thing.
that's one of the that's like a little example of the dumb stuff you'll hear about. But there's so much other stuff like people who fall for new age stuff and all that.
Right.
So yeah, it's just funny. It's a little bit sad, but yeah, it's a mixed bag on 4chan and especially X.
Yeah. Are you into missing 411? Are you in?
I've heard of it. It's really really weird because people think that it's real simple. Oh, it's just people wandering off, but
No, dude. They
there's
found children on cliffs like thousands of miles away, and it's like
I,
a
I was
child
I
do
was
that.
about to say that. I was about to say some of the disappearances and reappearances are really crazy.
Yeah,
And
fucking 2-year-old climbing a fucking 200 like mountains and shit. Like, no, that's not gonna happen in like 5-10 minutes. And I'm
no,
2 years
yeah,
old.
that's
That.
there is something definitely weird going on with that. Like, and that's
Um,
the thing. When you have a mystery like that, at least it gives you something to ponder over and wonder about.
there was an interesting video someone put out, and they say it was like they were narrating what a real park ranger said they witnessed in the park, and they were finding all these weird dead bodies and stuff, and then they found this dude naked, and this dude's like, I was like kidnapped for days with these like wolf people in this cave, and then they went and they found the wolf people and they had to run away, and then the men in black showed up and were like harassing them. Now this was like, I guess, early 80s or late 80s into the early 90s. Don't know if this was true, never met the guy, and or anything, but it's an interesting story for sure.
It does sound very interesting, and there's a lot of weird stuff out there. Like you've probably heard of skinwalkers.
Uh, I think it was Yellowstone, where they said this happened,
Yeah,
Yellowstone Park.
yeah. Have you ever heard of these things called skinwalkers?
Yeah, that's a Native American thing.
Yeah,
That's
and
the West
if
Coast.
you read about the original version of it, the non-internet related one, then it's really kind of scary because what these are is these are witches that have broken serious taboos, like they've killed their parents, among other things. Um,
Wait, what were you saying, ma'am? About?
so what these skinwalkers are is they're basically witches, but they're witches that have broken serious taboos in the tribal societies they live in. So what they do is they do things like they kill their parents, and because they've broken those taboos, they're able to do things like change shape. It's an extremely weird, thing, but it's definitely something that I think, may be real because there's other examples of similar things in other cultures. So it's not unheard of.
My bad, dude. I had to show dude where my gas pipe was. I didn't realize
Oh,
someone was coming.
you didn't hear me?
You
Um,
were talking. I heard a little bit about the
yeah,
witches.
yeah. The skinwalkers are basically witches who can transform into animals or other forms. And
Yes.
what they do to get those powers is pretty horrifying. They have to
Yes.
break certain taboos of native society, which one of
Mm-hmm.
them I think is killing their parents or something, but I'm going to verify
Yes.
just to be sure. And the funny thing is, there's other cultures that have similar, ideas about shape changers.
Yeah, like, yeah, I've heard of that. I know even saying their name in Native American culture will like summon them, so they don't
Yeah,
even.
yeah. This is like more common among the Navajo people. But yeah, this This is it. This is basically it.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, they go against the tribe's values. They basically do things that are like evil. So this is like an evil form of witchcraft in Navajo culture.
I think it's like the Wendigo is a similar thing. Like someone will do something bad and they'll be possessed by the Wendigo.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's funny you bring that up because there was a guy in Canada where they have the belief in that who actually stabbed someone to death on a bus.
oh Jesus!
And the guy was a Chinese man. He wasn't even native, but he stabbed his a passenger sitting right next to him on the bus, and then he even ate part of him.
That's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, it is. But what's even crazier is he went to a mental hospital because they found him to be insane, and they even let him out.
Wait, they let him out?
They let that man out. I don't know
Oh,
how, I don't know why, but you can read about it. I'll send you the I'll send
oh
you
so,
the case.
um,
It's crazy.
do you need a way to contact me or?
No, I'll just. Do you have an email or I'll?
Oh yeah. Do you, I got email or Twitter? That's usually good. Either
Yeah,
one.
I have both, but which one is better for you?
Um, both works about equally. I
Okay.
mean, but
Yeah, this is it. I found it. I'll just tell you about it because right now I'm just sitting on it. But killing of Tim McLean, the guy that did it, his name was Vince Lee. And that was
oh,
the guy that Vince Lee was the one that would eventually stab this man to death, Tim McLean, and
right,
also, like I said, eat part of his body.
right. Shit.
Absolutely crazy. They let him out. He pleaded not criminally responsible on account of mental disorder. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
One of the things that people brought up is that that sounded like a Wendigo possession. And I don't know if that's the case, but it sounds crazy to me. That's the first
I
thing I
mean,
thought.
I do believe in possession of demonic forces, but my thing is I don't necessarily believe in exorcism because if it was a demonic force, I don't think just belief in something could destroy it, could like take it out. I don't think holding a cross up and throwing some water and saying some lines from a book written by a old white dude is gonna solve anything.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. If that's what if that's what exorcism was, you'd be right. But the funny thing is, it's kind of tied into like it's almost like magic. What people don't understand is that exorcism is religious sanctioned witchcraft, and it basically it works to an extent, almost like how witchcraft works, but it's a sticky thing with a lot of things that go along with it.
Right. Yeah, because I don't think witchcraft is inherently evil. I know a lot of religions do, but I think Wiccan is just like being in tuned with the earth.
Yeah,
That's how.
yeah. When what I'm basically talking about, and this is something that a lot of people are unaware of, is that when religions forbid witchcraft, what they're forbidding is something that amounts to necromancy. You see, the Bible was created by a people that were surrounded by people that did necromancy. So they basically were summoning all manner of dead spirits.
Right.
And some of those were like supposed to be the spirits of ancient ancestors. So it's like people that were powerful in life, and the idea was that that power carried over in death. And they called those the Rephaim. So these cultures would literally summon these spirits on the regular. And that's actually, you even see that oddly enough in the Bible where Saul goes to a familiar spirit after he had kicked all the mediums out. So he went to someone that was like, a medium.
Hmm.
It's really weird, but all throughout the Bible is that persistent, inconsistency with how pagan they were. Like they were very, very much so tied to the other pagan people. And that goes for that too. They were even practicing witchcraft themselves, so it's very hypocritical.
Right. Well, you find that a lot in religion.
Yeah, there's a lot of hypocrisy. So, what people think versus what something actually is, there's a wide gulf between those two.
Right. So back to the necromancy thing. Do you believe they were raising like the undead, like actual zombies, or do you think they were just raising spirits, like ghosts and
Yeah,
stuff like that?
what it was is they were able in their minds to call up these spirits because they were basically tied to the earth. So what they did is they used to, call them up from the underworld, which they called Sheol. So they would call these spirits out of Sheol, and then they would go back to that place. And it was like, it was a normal thing, but it was also a thing that was tied in with everything else they did.
Right.
So like these
Right.
guys lived their whole lives based on summoning spirits.
Right.
It's kind of freaky to think, but that's part of why the Bible, in the text, it forbids any of that.
Yeah, because that could lead to some fucked up shit.
Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere good, especially since some of those spirits are quite nasty.
Yeah. Now, um, do you believe in the ghosts of dead people, or do you believe they're all just demons in disguise? Because I've heard this debate. Because I
I
believe there are both ghosts and demons, but some people say it's only demons.
the dividing line between the two is it's kind of fuzzy, but
Hmm.
you can some are actually spirits of dead people, but some of them are 100% what people call demons.
Right.
And what makes it really complicated is people don't really understand the cultural context behind what most demons are supposed to be. Like in most of the world, they believe in demons based on the Bible. So going back to that, you almost have to understand the Middle Eastern idea of demon, which is like a destructive spiritual force.
Well, that could technically be a ghost if you get like what they call poltergeist, an angry
Oh
ghost.
yeah, yeah, that's true. It's just there's a lot of weird, sticky,
Yeah.
meanings involved, and it just gets confusing. But my favorite would have to be the Arabic jinn.
The evil genie
Yeah,
kind.
yeah, those. The funny thing is, because of stories, people think that genies are like fictional, but there are actually Muslims who believe that they can get possessed by jinn.
Well, do the jinn of mythology, do they actually grant wishes that are warped, or are is that just a very misconception tacked on by humans
They
for?
they don't grant wishes, but what people in ancient Arabia, ancient pre-Islamic Arabia used to do is they used to actually call them up and ask for favors. People would make it look like they had magical powers, like the ability to fly and all this. It was crazy.
Sounds it. I could see people doing that, fucking calling on demons to get popularity, you know?
Yeah, and they even would make up myths about Solomon because Solomon was supposed to have head command of spirits and stuff with a ring on his hand. he could command them to do things. So that's where you get some of that crazy folklore.
Yeah. Hey Quinn, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome to the stream.
Oh, we got someone else watching.
Yeah, that this dude Quinn, he's really cool. Good friend of ours.
Cool.
Good friend of mine.
No, there's no J Station. J Station is a weird dude, but I'm talking about just a lot of weird topics.
Oh, fucking J Station.
J Station, when I heard that he was getting people involved in Satanism or at the very least the Lima, I was like a little bit freaked out. That freaked me out. Him just doing stupid stuff at 3 a.m. didn't mean nothing to me, but that stuff was scary. The other stuff.
Oh yeah. Can I ask you something about Satanism? Because
Yeah,
I
sure.
actually
Go
knew
ahead.
a person that was a past Satanist. They then went on to another religion, the Norse religion. But they said Satanism was not inherently evil. It was not about worshiping Satan, the devil, but it was about self-interest and self-empowerment. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Is there any truth to that?
Well, there are Satanists who will say that they only worship themselves, but I gotta say that the problem with that is that does not lead to anywhere good. What happens is that's how you create an egotist. That's how you create someone that could become a cult leader. And that's the
Yeah.
crazy part. People don't even understand that. People think they're just worshiping themselves, but that's how you create a monster. I mean, even the ones that worship the devil, at least, they're not worshiping their own ego.
So you think it's worse?
I think it's in terms of what it does to society, I think it's worse.
Oh shit.
I think it actually produces someone that would be more evil, generally speaking, than someone that believes he's praying to the devil.
Damn, that actually does make a lot of sense. Glad that guy left that.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Of course, if he ever does any reading about the Norse mythology, he'll probably find himself disgusted with that too. But
Like
there's
I won't. I
there's
still like the guy. I think the guy's a good guy, but yeah, that isn't. I just want another insight on that because I just you know more about this stuff than me, and I was just curious.
yeah. It's always a pleasure to talk about stuff that I know anything about, because there's stuff that I don't know anything about. So
Yeah. Oh, I never seen that doc, Quinn. I never read that doc or seen that documentary.
oh yeah. The Nerd City video about I'm J Station is the one that I saw that made me think that there was something very wrong with that dude. Like, not just in a haha, he's weird kind of way. That guy
Well, no,
is.
he faked his girlfriend's death for views. I mean, that's fucked up. That's
Oh,
messed up.
he's a monster for sure, but there's multiple reasons. I mean, it wouldn't.
Oh yeah, I'm not just blaming one reason. I know that there's a lot of shit, and especially his target audience is children,
Yeah,
which is concerning.
that makes it even worse. This man has kids that watch him. I hope he's not on YouTube anymore. I really do. I mean, I just hate that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quinn. That mother. My little cousin used to watch that motherfucker.
Oh, I would. I may not. Even if I wasn't the parent, I would still at least say, "Hey, this doesn't. No, don't watch
Well,
that."
they used to watch a whole bunch of that, like Jake Paul and Logan Paul and all those.
Oh, I would have put a stop to that too. I would have found some other YouTube things that aren't, because
There's another one.
Jake Paul is like a bad guy too. He's different, but he's a bad guy.
Yeah, there's another family channel. I forget the name. But the dude was like an ex-rapist, and she watched that channel too, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, all these people this person is watching is evil. It's like, God damn it really scares you, because if you think, oh, if my little cousin's into this, who knows how many other children are watching this and not knowing.
It gets much worse when you realize that companies like Disney, which is
Oh
one of
yeah,
the biggest companies in the world when it comes to children's entertainment, they have a very evil and twisted history. Like going back to Walt Disney, there's
yeah.
just it's sickening. It's gross. It makes you not trust anybody. But YouTubers, thankfully, are not that influential.
That's good. Yeah. Like, I do like Disney's products, but I know they're evil, but I still watch their shit. But yeah, I
I
fucking
I kind of can look back on movies and see them as good, but you know, it's hard to ignore when you do understand things about the occult and all that. It's hard
yeah.
to look at it like, you know, you see it differently. It makes me uneasy because, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, my friend John's really into that decoding. He watches a lot of movies and decodes the symbolisms and
Yeah,
stuff. We'll be
you
watching a
know,
movie and he'll be like, that background right there, that's a symbol for like pedophilism, and or not
yeah,
pedophile symbol, and it's like, damn, what the fuck? Oh no.
exactly. I mean, I try not to do that sometimes. I just turn my brain off, but
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's just yeah, imagine if Satanism claims are true, though. Imagine if literally you could sell. Oh, yeah. Selling your soul is a joke. I'm just going to say that from the get go. You can't even sell it. It's not like a car, it's not like your house. You can't sell your soul.
So you don't believe in the good old crossroad demon?
No, because I know what that really is. That's a mythological thing, but it's also a very real thing. But you can't sell your soul for sure.
So you said it's a very real thing. So what is, if you don't mind saying, the real context of that?
The real concept comes from Africa, which is weird, but a lot of people would be surprised to hear that the original name of that crossroads demon was Eshu. And what people used to do is they would go to crossroads and actually invoke his protection, ask for favors and other things. But yeah, they would, you know, that's the original identity.
So they went there to ask for protection. You said witness protection.
They would ask for protection from Eshu because, in some ways, he was a terrifying spirit. They called those Orishas, and he
Yeah.
was one of the more terrifying ones because he had a hot temper. So
So they would go to this demon to protect them from that.
yeah, to protect them and also for favors and things like that. So
That's interesting.
yeah, that's there's a whole bunch of Africans. The tribe that believed in Eshu was known as the Yoruba, and they were actually one of the ones that got taken in the slave trade. But
Right.
there were others too. So that's where you get voodoo from the Yoruba and other African tribes.
Right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff, but this is like what I talk about on my YouTube channel, so I'm basically doing the same thing.
I mean, it's very interesting stuff. I mean, definitely people should check you out. Like you do. I gotta see more of your shit because
Oh
it's like,
yeah, I might go live later because I do like talking about this, so I do want to keep this going, but I also want to have more content. I have 112 videos, and I'm trying to get that number up.
yeah. If I'm around, I'll definitely check it out, and I'll probably recommend John you, because I think John would really like what you have to say.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. So if there's anything else you're curious about, just let me know.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, but it's hard to think off of the top of your head, you know.
Well, there's is there anything you're really curious about?
Um, I'm trying to think. Like, speaking of cults, you're probably gonna think this generic question, but what about Tom Cruise's cult? You
Oh,
know.
Scientology. I've covered Scientology, and I even covered the anonymous war with Scientology, which I was around for that. That's really crazy.
They
But
had a war?
there was actually Scientology, or I should say, Anonymous went to war with the Church of Scientology. They were basically trying to bring them down, and I gotta
Oh,
say,
the hacker group.
they were, yeah, they were then sort of hackers, if you want to call using the low orbit ion cannon hacking. It's like a program that bombards a website with fake pings. So basically what it does is it makes the website think that a whole bunch of people are trying to access it. It's called a distributed denial of service. So they would use those DDoS attacks to bring down Scientology's website, but they also used black faxes. They would send a whole black sheet of paper through a fax machine, and what that would do is that would empty the ink cartridge rapidly.
Right.
So they would do these things to annoy Scientology, but they would also educate people about them. And all this started because Tom Cruise made a video where he was bragging about Scientology and how great it was to be a Scientologist and how he was the only one that could help if there was a car accident that happened, near him. It sounded crazy. He used all kinds of terms that weren't meant to be understood by non Scientologists. And the
Right.
main thing is that video was for internal use, but it somehow leaked. YouTube took it down because Scientology submitted a request, and the internet didn't like that. So that started the whole war.
Damn.
It's really crazy because people actually did go to prison. People lost their lives over this.
Mm-hmm.
It's anytime you have a cult, you're gonna have people that are gonna lose their life over it on some level. But
Yeah.
it's just it boggles the mind because when you start digging into it, Scientology sounds not too dangerous. But these people have actually killed their own. They've killed their own by making them stop taking medications for things like epilepsy and other mental and mental illness. One
Mm-hmm.
woman, her name was I know that there was a lady who ended up dying because of Scientology, and it's a shame. There's more like that. I just need to figure out. I'm trying to remember her name, but Lisa McPherson. That's it. Lisa McPherson was a Scientologist who supposedly achieved a level of clear, but then at some point she had like a car accident and was wandering around not knowing where she was. So they took her to see a psychiatrist, and
Mm-hmm.
Scientology does not like psychiatry. L.
Right.
Hubbard was totally against it, but like most hypocrites, at some point in his life, he actually tried to get psychiatric help. So that's the contradiction. But he was
Right.
a drug addict, which also contradicts Scientology, but that doesn't really. But yeah, back to Lisa. She was being held after Scientologists got her away from the psychiatrists. She was being held in Scientology's prison, the Rehabilitation Project Force, and the conditions that she was held under are terrifying. Like they treated her in ways that no person should be treated.
Of course.
And she would eventually die because, you know, they were not letting her have access to medicine. They weren't letting her have access to anything that would have helped her. So
Hmm.
Scientology is a brutal criminal cult. They're probably one of the worst, if not, you know, they're up there.
'Cause I know you gotta pay to get higher levels, but what exactly do they fucking believe in?
What do they believe in? This is the ultimate secret of Scientology. They believe in a Gnostic worldview where all the religions of the world are false. And
Of course.
also you have implanted memories called thetans. And these are like the Scientology equivalent of demons. So they believe that you have to have your thetans exorcised from you. Like, and what they do is they make you hold these two like can-like things attached to a thing that has a needle on it that, you know, like a gauge, and they judge by the readings on that meter thing, you know, if you're telling the truth or not. So they'll ask you questions to get rid of these thetans, and then ultimately, once you've done that, then you progress to what they call clear, which is like then you can attain power, is the idea in Scientology, once you've gone clear.
Right. Hey, Sasha.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hi.
This is Negi.
Hi, I'm Sasha.
Nice to meet you.
I'm good friend of Trenchie's.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of crazy I'm talking about Scientology, but
No,
yeah.
I asked. I asked.
But yeah, the whole thing, the whole goal of a Scientologist is to go clear and you know, gain psychic powers and other things. That's what
God.
you
Yeah.
ultimately get from what you pay for, and it's a scam.
Oh, of course.
It's the biggest scam, and it's very obvious because L. Ron Hubbard learned a little bit of hypnosis, and he learned how to hypnotize people. So he basically turned that into a cult.
From what I understand, they get you in there under false pretenses too, right?
Yes, the false pretense is that they'll help you figure out your problems, but also attain these mystical powers.
Yeah.
It's
It's
it's sad because people spend tons and tons of money to learn what I just told you.
and it's crazy because we probably would have never known about it if it wasn't for Leah Remy's really the one that brought the spotlight on it. The girl from King and Queens. Crazy enough, this random actress just came out and like exposed the shit. Like not in the detail you're doing, but she kind of shined light on it existing.
Well, she got out of it, right? I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's kind of crazy how nobody. Well, some people might have known, but like a mass amount of people probably wouldn't have known about it.
Yeah, it's a shame because I don't even know how they get people in these days.
Right.
And they have things like they run rehabilitation centers like for people that are on drugs. But it's absolutely crazy because they're not really helping drug addicts. They're basically making them into future Scientologists.
Damn. Um. Um. It's interesting what you said earlier about them not trusting therapists, because I kind of have that thing. I think eventually, if I really need to, I would go talk to a therapist, but I just don't like that like disconnect where they're just there to do a job and they don't really care about you because they psychoanalyze you even before you walk into the room. They're like, "Oh, you're late, you got this. You're early, you got this. You're on time, you got this." They already write it. There's
Yeah,
something dark
there's
about.
there is legitimate criticism of science of the medical field when it comes to psychiatry, but I
Mhm.
don't believe that a cult should be the one doing the criticizing.
Oh no, no, no! I'm not siding with them at all.
I think that even though there's plenty that could be fixed with the field of psychiatry, I don't take the word of a man who popped pills by the literal handful,
Hmm.
was a junkie and a writer that basically wrote science fiction. I don't take that person's opinion into account at all.
Yeah,
If anything, I'm writing them off in a hurry.
right. I get that. Yeah, no, I was not siding with them at all.
No, I completely understand, but it's like, yeah, I'm saying there are things that can be criticized about psychiatry without a doubt. Like the history of mental hospitals in both Britain and the United States is horrifying.
Yeah,
Not to mention other countries, not to mention ones that are still horrifying.
yeah, that is true.
So there's a whole lot of nuance involved, and that's why people get confused.
Oh, of course. Well, even with that, like, do you think it's easier to join a cult now because of the internet? Because so much information is floating around, so much false information, so many identities can, you know.
I think it's easier depending on what kind of cult. Like for example, one thing that people would not call a cult, but I would, is the Black Lives Matter thing. It just spread crazy fast, and in some ways, they kind of brainwashed people.
I get where you're coming from with that. I think it's a noble cause, but there is some like dark stuff about it behind the surface for sure.
Yeah, one thing I can say is that if the way they encourage people to go out and do things that are criminal, I think that's one way to encourage more death, and I see that in a dim light. I don't see that as a good thing.
Well, do you think they are actually encouraging that, or just people take things too far?
I think they're actively encouraging people to do criminal acts,
Could
and then
be.
to make matters worse is when corporations get involved because that makes people think it's a legitimate thing.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, do you think it started out as a good thing and then was corrupted, or do you think it always was a ruse?
I think the people that started it may have had good intentions, but those good intentions did not last very long.
Right. Sasha, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean because people, well-meaning people, have been sort of. It sounds to me like you're talking about manipulation.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. 100%. It's manipulation, and it's social, manipulation at its worst.
Yeah,
But they know they're doing it. I mean, but the people don't know they're being manipulated. But the people
Yeah,
know
yeah,
they're doing
because it's on an emotional level, and
it.
that makes it even worse because people will not think about things very deeply if there's an emotional component.
Or rationally.
yeah. Because people, if you even question it, people will get angry. Which,
Yeah.
Yeah, what I just did is tantamount to heresy according to some people.
yeah. But no, man, you have the right to say whatever you want. And even if I disagree, even if Sasha disagrees or anybody in the chat, you still have the right to speak your truth. Everybody here has the right to speak their truth. And I don't believe in silencing anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're like attacking somebody.
Yeah.
No, this is a conversation. No one's screaming. No one's shouting.
Yeah.
this is the way to do it.
I'm very happy it's that way because I hate arguments. I hate that what I call the Fox News effect, where you have a bunch of people yelling and screaming at once.
I mean, sometimes we get into that on here, but I do like it when we can kind of slow it down and even if we disagree, everybody listens and we can actually have a chat. It's much more
Yeah,
fun that way.
that's good. What I usually do when that happens is I usually stop talking and then people start, doing the same thing.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Um, this might be a general question, but what do you think is the most dangerous cult you've run across in your studies?
I mean, other than Scientology, I think you'd be hard pressed to find one that's worse. Maybe Wahhabi Islam is probably worse because it's basically created terrorism. It created a unique form of terrorism.
Is that what birthed like Al Qaeda and what's the other one? ISIS?
Yes. They call themselves Salafi, which means origination. They believe they're like the original Islam. That's not.
Oh,
I did a whole video on Wahhabism, the fake Salafi. It's crazy where they came from. Like
I'll have to check that out.
They're a product of British intelligence. If you watch
Right.
that video, you'll see.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out for sure.
Because you probably heard of Lawrence of Arabia. Well, it was a similar situation to that. There was a British agent who went down and helped create Wahhabism.
I know what Lawrence of Arabia is. I've heard of the movie, but I'm not too familiar with the story or what it's based off of.
Well, what he was is he was like I said, a British agent, a different one, but he definitely was a British agent trying to further British interests in Arabia.
Hmm.
Because it wasn't Saudi Arabia when he did it. It was actually just Arabia. It didn't have any, it wasn't ruled over by a dynasty.
Right. I gotcha.
Yeah, so to answer your question, I think Wahhabi Islam, which is the biggest section of Islam, is probably the worst cult.
Damn. So that and Scientology. Damn.
Those two, yeah, pretty much. And then third would probably be the Black Hebrew Israelites, because those guys have a death count. They kill people too.
What the
Well,
fuck is that? Oh,
if
my
this,
bad.
What's the
if
Black
this is
Hebrew?
any, if this is any kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Not an apology, but on half of British intelligence, I'm sorry.
It's fine. I guess I said that and I didn't. Your country is a good country. It produced America. Don't feel too bad. The problem is the royals are not the country. They're like a different breed from the rest.
Oh, yes.
So I don't
Oh
hate
yeah.
Britain. I don't hate the UK. I think you guys did many good things, but like us, you've helped the world. You've also done a lot of bad. Britain, the ruling elite, they've done a lot of bad things.
I mean, every country has done a lot of bad shit. No country is innocent. No country.
Yeah, true. That's true,
But we still love you, Sasha.
yeah. Ultimately, that's true. Yeah, there's a difference. British intelligence is almost like a parasite.
I was joking.
I
I mean, I'm
fun,
not
but
personally.
yeah.
I mean, you can hold me personally responsible if you want to. I won't hold a grudge.
I'm gonna blame you, Sasha. The next time I see you on a stream, I'm gonna be like, "It's your fault for all the bad things."
Yeah, well, anyway, it's just really funny how there were British mandate Israel and Iraq and other countries. Read about that sometimes for a fun read.
Right. Sasha, do you have any questions?
To do with what exactly?
I guess anything cult-like or stuff like what would you prefer to be asked about, Negby?
Uh,
Hopefully, I'm saying that right, or Neggy.
Negi, yeah. It's funny because I could talk about a whole bunch of things. In Britain, there's actually a guy named Andrew Chowdhury, and he ended up getting, I think he got kicked out of the country because he was inciting terrorism. Have you ever heard of him?
Say his name again, Andrew.
Anjem Chowdhury.
Oh, I don't think so.
No.
He's a good example of what kind of person becomes a Wahhabi Muslim because he used to, be a big time drinker. He was like, someone who had fun, went through life not caring about anything, and then one day picks up radical Islam.
Mm. Mm.
Damn.
Weird, people fall into that.
Right. Like going back to the Al Qaeda ISIS thing, like what's the difference between Al Qaeda and ISIS, or is just
Uh,
ISIS just what took up after Al Qaeda went
what
down?
happened is ISIS came around after Al Qaeda, but what they did is they came out of prison. So they escaped out of an Iraqi prison with nothing supposedly, and then all of a sudden they're driving new Toyotas. I think they
God.
had help. I think they had massive amounts of help.
Oh, of course. I mean,
Because
Toyotas just don't fall out of the sky.
they were very social media aware, which is kind of weird to me.
Hmm.
So yeah, there's a lot of weird things with ISIS, Al Qaeda too, but
Does Al Qaeda and ISIS still exist, or are because they're
well,
kind of quiet right now?
the leader of ISIS got killed, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. He got killed. Um, I think that basically put a stop to all the major operations. But Al Qaeda, they're both still around to an extent.
Gotcha.
I mean, the weird thing is the people that joined ISIS were people that were involved in the Afghanistan war with the Soviet Union and other wars, basically veterans.
Right.
So the weird thing is people that already had that experience can go on and apply it to other groups.
Right. Are there any other terrorist groups besides them? Because those are like the big ones you hear about. Obviously, there's more, but are
There
there?
there's a whole bunch, but what's weird is some of the ones joined ISIS and became affiliates, like in the
Oh,
Philippines.
so they kind of became like they became part of it, or they're like associates of them.
It's kind of complicated because the ones that joined ISIS as affiliates basically just swore allegiance to Abu Bakr. basically saying that now they were aligned with ISIS, and that even goes for some African terrorist organizations like uh, the one Al Shabaab. That's what I was thinking of, Al Shabaab, or in the Philippines with Abu Sayyaf.
Ah,
So these are all like weird, little groups, but there's a ton. And some of them, the ones in Afghanistan, have backing of the intelligence of Afghanistan, the ISI.
right.
So intelligence agencies play a big role in all this.
Yeah.
Doesn't
So
make
that,
you feel too safe, does it?
yeah, I definitely agree with that because I I know this is a very unpopular, well, I won't say unpopular opinion, but unpopular theory, but I'm the one of those guys that behind that 9/11 was a setup to get into, well, it wasn't a setup, people died, but 9/11 was done by our government to get into the Middle East again.
Yeah. That's the crazy part, is that there were hijackers who didn't even die.
Yeah, they were at McDonald's. Some of it, there is footage of them being at McDonald's when they were supposed to be flying the planes into the building.
Yep. And here's the crazy thing: the passports that miraculously survived the plane crash.
Yeah.
That's absolutely wild, isn't it?
Oh,
Like, how do passports not burn up, but bodies do? I'm just
yeah.
saying, it sounds crazy, but that's one of the
And
things that makes 9/11 a weird topic.
I'm not saying people didn't die. People definitely did die. I think people were probably still on the planes and stuff.
Yeah,
And
they did, but it's a shame. But I blame the government 100%.
yeah, because I know people say they were military planes, but I don't think you could fake all those deaths. I think real people had to die, like the plane that was crashed into that was supposed to be going towards the White House, even though we all know they wouldn't do the White House, so they crashed it into the thing. I think that had real people in it. I think that was real shit
So
because I don't.
you want to hear something else that's crazy? Going
Yeah.
back in time a little bit. Remember Columbine?
Yes,
Columbine was a school shooting, but what it almost became was they were going to hijack a plane back then.
the Columbine students.
Yeah, those two, Harris Claybold and Dylan, were going to hijack a plane. That was their plan.
Oh shit.
So it's kind of weird because there's a lot of weird things with that too, but that's relevant. In addition to the original bombing plot for the the first World Trade Center bombing.
Right. But the one of the big things I'm on with it is that shit went down like a train demolition, like
Yeah,
a planned
it
demolition.
went down in a pancake way. That's not.
Yeah, floor by floor. Like there had to be bombs on each floor for it to do that. Because if you got something that's hit in the middle, it's common logic. The top's gonna fall off.
Yeah,
It's not gonna go boom, 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 boom.
it didn't do what it would have done in normal circumstances. So there's a
Yes,
lot of weird things involved with that. But
I agree.
so yeah, anything else? I mean, I know we're going all over the place, but
I mean, that's the fun of conversation.
yeah.
Sasha, any theories you want to
Well,
explore?
I'm in agreement with what you just said. There's plenty of evidence to prove that you know what you're saying is true.
Yeah, and I would like to say I think the deaths were real. All the deaths were real. I don't think anybody was paid off like they try to say. I'm not trying to make anything silly about this. This is not silly at all.
No.
This is real shit. People died. It's not cool what happened. I just think the people being accused of it, because Bin Laden was friends with Bush. There are pictures of Bush and Bin Laden together, all chummy and shit.
Yeah, yeah. Osama bin Laden was just a rich Saudi guy. He wasn't really a terrorist. In fact, when you see him shooting a gun, he wasn't even good at it.
Yeah. Do you think he's really dead, or do you think they faked that shit?
I think he's dead. I also think it's kind of weird they flushed him like a pound of cocaine, but that's just me.
Oh, they flushed his ass?
They didn't flush him. They threw him in the water. I said flushed him, but
Oh, well, yeah, no, same thing.
they they buried him at sea. That's the weird part. I don't understand that, but
That is weird. That is very odd. Yeah, I mean, the world is a crazy place.
that's what happens when you do research. You start to see things, and it's not like the movies. It's not like someone goes crazy all at once, but you see things and you go, "Oh, that's wild."
But you ever hear that song "Crazy" by CeeLo Green?
How does it go? What's a few lines from it?
It's I remember when I remember when I lost my mind. But there's a part of that song where he goes something about and it wasn't because I didn't know enough. It's because I knew too much.
Oh,
And
that's
that's what
funny.
makes a person crazy.
Yeah, that's a funny thing, but I mean, there's a lot that goes into that, but
And so do you like you're really into gathering now? Oh,
oh, he dropped off. Yeah, I'm really into learning. That's true.
He'll come back.
It's kind of funny. You remind me of the guy that does Disturbed Reality. I think you'd like him.
Who is that? Is that a
It's a that the name of the channel is Disturbed Reality, but he covers a lot of he watches videos from back in the day, like shock videos. Look him up sometime. It's a good channel.
and I remind you of him? In what way?
Just maybe it's a little bit of the accent, but uh, you also have that that same demeanor, I guess. I don't know, but
Oh, I'd have to see him to compare, I suppose.
yeah, but I like content like that. I like crime related stuff.
right.
Try that song you just mentioned. That's a favorite song of my favorite person.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a good song. It's really eye opening.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we get into this a lot, but I do have a question for you because I know you're into, like you said, you're into crime, and I know people are probably gonna be like, "Oh God, we're talking about this again." What are your thoughts on the John Bonet Ramsey case?
Oh yeah. I think the parents absolutely killed that little girl, and it's sad, but
Yeah,
it's a shame. It really is.
we have we've had a lot of debates about that because we have a friend of ours who thinks that it was an intruder, and he even made a film to try to prove this point, and so that's why I was interested in hearing your thoughts on it, because I know you like go really deep into that stuff.
Yeah, it's there's other cases where things get weird, but I don't think that's one of them. I think Mark Dutroux, I think that was a weird case. That one shocked Belgium, just because of what was coming out at the trial. There's a lot like that.
Right. Well, what's Mark Dubell about? And exactly, Quinn, exactly.
Mark Dutroux was like, he was a guy that if he was just doing it by himself, it would make no sense because he had help. It's like other, groups or individuals. This guy had help for sure. And he also had a very extensive network.
Right.
They suppressed a lot of the information that was coming out at the trial because they didn't want to imply that there were government people tied to this.
Oh, what was the case about? Well, I'm not familiar
The case
with
was
the
about
case.
kidnapping on the surface. This guy was kidnapping and holding girls in like a dungeon.
Oh shit! We have one of those around here. A guy was doing that shit, not too far from
And
where I'm at.
it's really disturbing, but it got so much worse. They weren't just prosecuting one guy. They were prosecuting an entire group.
Oh fuck!
So yeah, that's how bad this can be.
I also look into that. You said it's Mark Dutroux or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I'll just write his name down in the little chat thingy, just so you can look him up.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's his name. Marc and then Dutroux.
Oh yeah, that's the real player.
Yeah, that's the name of the guy, and it's disturbing stuff. I've watched videos about it on about him and other people on this channel called Program to Kill, or that's the name of the video series, Program to Kill, Satanic Cover Up.
Mhm.
They get into like serial killers and the weird connections some of them have. It's eye-opening stuff.
Right. Like, I don't know. It's weird to say favorite, but the serial killer I find the most fascinating is Richard Ramirez.
Oh yeah, He was unusual because he was one of the first to actually be openly into that Satanist stuff. So others had hidden it or were at least circumspect, but he was out in the open.
He was very much an attention seeker as well. When you're watching, he did these interviews talking about other serial killers, and he'd be like, "Some serial killers are into this," and I don't know. Do you think he was really into Satanism, or do you think some of that was theatricalness? Because I think some of that was just theatrical, because he seemed to like the cameras.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it wasn't, but I gotta say one thing that makes me believe this guy was the real deal is that he had a lot of weird things, a lot of very depressing things happen to him when he was a kid.
Yes.
Like he witnessed his brother shoot his wife. Like he
Yes.
saw his brother shoot his wife right in front of him. His brother was in the army. His brother had fought in Vietnam, and his brother was part of, some weird, military intelligence stuff. So I
Didn't
definitely
you
think it
show
was.
him pictures of like mutilated dead bodies in
Yes.
the war?
I think that all played into it because I think his mind was warped at a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
Right.
that goes without saying. I think anyone would be warped by that.
Oh, of course. Of course they would. Yeah, and the crazy thing about him is he went to jail while he was murdering people for, I think, stealing a car. And he got out and started murdering people again, and nobody knew it was him. Like, this motherfucker literally got arrested during his murdering spree and didn't even get charged for it. Like, I find that fucking insane. And
Yeah. Have you heard of the hotel where he stayed at for a certain period?
no, I've not.
It's known as the Cecil Hotel in Skid Row in Los Angeles.
Oh shit, that's what they based the American Horror Story.
And that's where they found the lady in the water tank,
Yes, yeah,
Elisa Lam.
yeah, the one that they show her in the elevator and she's kind of like looking out, going a little crazy.
Yeah. So that's a weird place too, but it's weird that Richard Ramirez stayed there.
Do you think there was something inherently evil about that place?
Oh yeah. Skid Row is probably one of the most scary places in Los Angeles. Yeah. Richard Ramirez stayed at the Cecil. So that's a haunted hotel. They changed the name, but it's still the same place.
Right,
It's still a scummy place too. Like, people don't understand that is also scummy in more ways than one.
right. Um, wasn't that also the hotel where the dude was H. Holmes, or was that another hotel?
That was another one, but there was a German guy who stayed there as well, a German serial killer. So
Oh shit!
it seems to attract like flies to poop.
Damn. Oh,
Yeah.
quit wondering if the Dutroux guy also stayed at the Cecil.
Yeah, H. Holmes is a weird one on more than one level. He seems like he built, a whole elaborate setup.
Right. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that guy. Fucking that it's insane. It's like a fun house from hell kind of deal.
Almost, yeah, almost.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm getting into dark subjects. I could easily just back away from it and talk about other things. You
I
know,
mean,
it's kind of crazy. I don't want to depress you or your viewers. I'm not trying to.
oh, you're good. You're good. No, I'm looking like I said. We're all over the place over here, so and this is kind of a horror channel, kind of not. I mean, I'm in the horror community, so it's like we touch upon dark stuff all the time.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I mean, we touch about silly stuff, but we get into stuff like this. Like it's nothing new. And I like to do fun stuff. I usually do fun stuff, but it's also good to get serious sometimes and have like real thought provoking conversations.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, those shouldn't be shied away from.
The one thing that kind of detracts from the last podcast on the left, they're very, very liberal. And some people may not care about that, but they're very, very liberal. Like, they will not touch conspiracy theories or topics like that.
Uh, I'm not really into politics myself. I don't
I'm
consider
not, but I'm
myself
just saying,
political.
they don't tell you. It's just disingenuous on their part.
Right. I get what you're saying. Oh,
Yeah,
that's fun.
creepypasta can be fun, but what made it a little less fun for me is when those girls actually killed someone because of the
Oh,
creepypasta.
I wouldn't blame the story for that though. Like
I,
because
I
the
don't
thing,
I don't blame anything except the person who did it, but it's
yeah,
just that kind of took a little bit of the fun away from me.
you're good, Sasha. But no, I get that. What those two girls did was fucked up. To believe that a fictional character was allowed them to go live at their castle or whatever to be their proxies or whatever the fuck they were thinking, if they just killed this girl is insanely fucked up. It's 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 so wrong. And I know they're like, oh, they're children. No, if you have the mind to be like, hey, come, because didn't they lure her to like a wedding area or something?
Yeah. They lured the victim to a wooded area that was isolated from adults.
That takes strategy. That takes adult thinking. Like I
Yeah,
think,
if you commit an adult crime, you should do the adult time. I'm pretty serious about that.
yeah. I mean, I think if it's an accident, some things, but like that was deliberate. That was evil. That was evilness. And that girl is lucky to be alive. And I get people upset that they, like, I guess they sued so they couldn't do another movie, and I get fans are upset, but I can understand where the family's coming from at the same time. I mean, that's just a tricky situation. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot to it. Just like everything else we've been talking about, there's many different shades of nuance.
yeah. But one thing I do really think for is I try to say that, like, and I know you weren't saying that. I'm not saying this to you, that I tried to say that media can't control a person, because people always try to blame media for stuff. Or like Scream made me kill people or stuff, but people can be influenced by anything. And once we start blaming a thing instead of the person and taking responsibility away, that's when things get really dangerous. We should never take responsibility away from people like that, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. And back in the day, it was violent video games. God knows what it will be in the future, but
It's so funny. This is a older thing, but when Joker came out, everybody was freaking out about Joker, and they're like, "It's going to incite violence. It's going to incite
yeah,
violence."
they were saying that it was going to inspire incels to rise up.
Nothing happened, but in the UK, at a screening,
Of course, nothing happened. That's what was going to happen anyway. But
well,
to sell newspapers and to sell magazine articles or whatever, they got to push the idea that the incel army is going to rise up.
yeah, but the funniest thing is, at a screening for Frozen 2 in the UK, there was a 200-person brawl involving teenagers with multiple machetes at the screening for Frozen 2. So,
Yeah.
if that doesn't say anything,
that just shows anything can be whatever.
yeah, it's like, God damn it. Oh, that's interesting, Quinn. I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, they do. It's just kind of oh, it's wild how many news wanted it. Yeah, isn't it? They would have gone completely insane, but they would have had a fun time doing it.
Yeah.
They would have been like, we told you those dangerous incels are out there, the boogeyman.
Well, I don't even watch the news, to be honest. I'll watch like clips here and there, but I can't watch a full news program because I just don't like the way it's formatted, to be honest. I don't like how they're just sitting there deadpanned and they'll be like, a mother and her child were brutally stabbed to death today by these people and set on fire. And then usually the next thing right after that is like, look, baby panda was born at the zoo. Her name is Sophie. Like, no! God damn it!
What's super weird is that, but also, like, they're programming people to be used to that kind of thing. It's like,
yes,
emotional whiplash. But
I mean,
it's been fun. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna jump off and actually do some things in the real world. So
yeah, you good, dude.
I got stuff to do. But take care, and I'll talk to you guys whenever I come on next.
It was good talking to you.
I hope I didn't scare you all.
No. You're very much welcome back. This was very good. This was a good conversation.
Okay, have a good day, and hug your loved ones and all that. Take care.
Sure. Stay frosty, man. Damn, those teams should have just let it go. That's fine. Also, wow, how like the last 5 mass shooters were in the same Discord room with ex-Leo guy. I didn't even know that they were in the same Discord. Like, I didn't even know that. That's interesting. Like, I didn't even know that the mass shooter people were on Discord. See, I don't know a lot about this type of stuff. That's why it was like, Quinn, it's always interesting talking to you about it, and it's interesting talking to that guy about it, because he seemed to, he knows a lot as well. So that was cool. That was a very interesting conversation. And I think Sasha's on the phone still. But yeah. We covered a lot of shit. From like Wendigos, demons, cults, fucking Scientology, 9/11. We fucking serial killers.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Just woke up a little while ago.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you. Huh?
I said that's a nice background. I haven't seen that one before.
Oh yeah, I took it, I believe, a couple Mondays ago. Or do you mean my OBS, like the background scene beyond the photo behind me? Because the photo's mine, but the background scene is a, screenshot from a PC 98 game with a couple of edits to it where I put I put my name on it and I made stuff glow and have that lightning effect, or that electricity effect.
That's cool.
Yeah. Just trying to make my shit more visually interesting.
Right, I get that.
Yeah. And then I transition when I'm doing games. I do studio mode. It's very fun. I'm learning how to do this shit for real.
Is that very hard to do, or?
Some people find it hard, I guess, but I've always found it just sort of easy, to be quite honest. Like, not in a way where it's like, it's just, I don't get why people, it's like, just, I don't understand. I don't know, my brain works in a way where I feel I understand this stuff, and granted, there's levels of understanding even I don't have, of course, but, I just have fun with learning this stuff.
Yeah, it comes easy.
Yeah. It's because I'm very interested in it that I, what comes first, the interest or, like, the ease of learning?
Right.
Am I interested because I find it easy, or do I find it easy because I'm interested?
It might be both.
It could be both. Yeah, for sure.
Oh shit. Yeah, is this on my end? Things just froze. Oh, it was on my
Yeah, I hear you. Oh, shit. Is my fucking... Oh no, is my computer fucking up?
It might have been me, I don't know.
Hang on, because I'm not in the game actually now. Oh no, do I freeze?
Yeah, you're frozen on my end. There was no...
Am I freezing? When Son of a bitch! Alright, let me figure something out.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, but you're freezing. And
Oh, okay, so it is just, there's a bottleneck or something, damn. It probably is the MOBO then.
yeah, it's not a big deal. It's only for a couple minutes or seconds.
Yeah.
It's nothing long.
Hang
I'm
on.
back.
It's weird, I'm like only at 63 or something. What's slowing me down? Hang on.
You said you wanted to go get some mangoes earlier?
Mangoes? Who are you talking to?
I don't know. Well, what to do? That was quick, though, whatever you want to do.
No, I said I was going to meet a woman.
Oh! Gotcha.
Mangoes were not involved.
Oh, no, I always assume they are.
Unfortunately, I wished mangoes were involved.
I always just assume they are involved.
Everything's better with mangoes. I think that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've just made myself a
sucks.
hot drink because apparently hot drinks are more cooling than cold drinks are. Did you know this?
No.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Damn, it really does that. That fucking sucks. What is destroying my CPU?
Yeah,
It's Google Chrome. Hang on, guys. I am going to go switch browsers and see if that fixes things.
Whenever I hear
I'll be back in a sec.
Whenever I hear CPU, I think of Terminator 2.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I know.
Hang on. 1 second.
Wait, Frenchy, I just looked at your name. That's not true.
It could be.
Alright, be back in a second.
You're good. No worries. We will be here. So that was an interesting combo.
Yeah, I missed most of it, I'm afraid.
Oh, you're good. I really want that dude to meet John. They would have, I think they would get along.
I was thinking the same thing myself.
Yeah, because
And who did he say he reminds me of? Damaged Reality. Somebody called Damaged Reality.
oh, I think I got kicked for that part.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Damaged Reality. Oh, that must be Quinn.
Yeah, let's see if this works better. Hang on.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, it slows me down, but it doesn't freeze me.
What are you attempting to do?
I'm just trying to do Far Cry as well as be here.
Yeah, because he was freezing before.
Yeah. And now I do not appear to be freezing. My performance just suffered.
Yeah, you seem to be fine now. So so far.
I don't.
Okay, no, still frozen, ain't I? Son of a bitch!
Right.
Did I still freeze?
I mean, you're not frozen. You're moving.
But like, give me a couple. I'm gonna go back to the game for a couple seconds. Does it freeze or does it not?
Oh, now you're frozen.
I don't know what Far Cry is. Sounds like Lord Farquaad.
Oh, I think it's like overflowing pictures.
Was I frozen?
Yeah, you were frozen
There you
for a few
go.
seconds.
Fucking Christ, man. Alright. That sucks. I might have to clear out some shit on my computer, I guess.
I mean, thank God it wasn't for a long period of time, though. Like, it was only a few seconds. So it's not too
Yeah,
bad.
but how am I gonna stream if streaming fucks me over like that? Oh, I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Fuck. That really sucks. Gonna have to get a new motherboard probably. Fuck.
All right. What are these? Why is Edge open? All right, hang on. I'm just gonna do a restart. 1 second.
Oh, you good? No worries. No worries at all.
Is it just me, or is that funny? Though even when I don't talk about mangoes, you think I'm talking about mangoes.
Yeah, well, I just associate you with mangoes at this point. I mean, it's just like I don't know. Mangoes are such a part of your personality. I don't know why, but they are.
Because they're delicious, and well, I mean, no, well, that's not why. I'm not saying I'm delicious.
Well, yeah. Well, no, I'm not saying you are either, but I was just saying yeah to you saying you're not.
Well, I talk about them a lot. I was bringing them up.
Yeah. Have you
I
ever
suppose.
licked yourself?
What?
Well, that's a way to find out if you're delicious. You lick yourself. I've licked myself. I like how someone came in, was here for a couple seconds, and left. They're like, oh, he's talking about licking himself. I'm gonna leave. He's talking about cannibalism. But no, it's not cannibalism if you lick. Licking's not, because you gotta digest it. That is cannibalism.
Yeah, licking is just you get a flavor of it for
Yes.
yourself. It's
Hey,
Ben. Hi,
man,
Ben.
how you doing? He said, oh, man. We're not talking about cannibalism. We're just talking about licking.
Oh, I have some other fruit, non-mango fruit.
Oh, shit. What type of fruit?
I have oranges and bananas.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Ben, you missed like the big, I guess you could call it conspiracy. You missed the big, like, heavy talk. We had a lot of interesting conversation. And now we're talking about licking people. Well, licking ourselves, not other people, but it's still good.
I mean,
Oh, licking, not kicking. even though preferably alive.
But if someone tasted a mango, I would eat them. I don't know.
Oh, so you're saying if someone tasted like a mango, you would eat them?
Well, it's a lovely taste, but I
Would
don't
you
know.
wait for them to be dead, or would you murder them?
I this is weird. Maybe I could just sniff them really hard.
Oh my god!
mangoes-
What if you could get high off of them?
Yeah.
Oh, he said licking. Mhm. Preferably alive, I think. I don't want to lick a dead person.
No. Lifeless.
No, that won't be good. That wouldn't be
Germany
good.
or Spain?
Wait, is that like the type of people you prefer to lick? Germans or Spanish?
I haven't given this any thought. I think I would rather lick a Spanish person than a German person, though. That's just
Because of sauerkraut? Do you think German people taste like sauerkraut? I'm part German. I've never had sauerkraut. I wonder if it's actually sour.
I have it. It isn't. It's my dad used to make it. He used to put it in big, huge. I mean, sort of the size of a bin. Just I mean, it's basically cabbage.
Oh, cabbage is good.
But okay, if Germans taste of sauerkraut, then did Spanish taste of tacos?
Yeah. Oh my God, the Spanish people win then because it's like, come on, tacos. I've never had sauerkraut, but it's great. No offense, Germany. I'm part of you, but tacos are fucking fantastic, man. Do you prefer tacos or burritos?
I actually think I prefer burritos, but they're the less popular, right, of the two, I think.
Actually, I do think I prefer burritos. There's something about just a flat, kind of wrap. The wrapping of it, I think works better than a taco.
Yeah. Plus, you can eat the packaging too.
Yeah. I mean, you can do that with a taco as well, but the
Yeah.
burritos just gotta. I don't know. There's something beautiful about burrito. Like there's an art to it. Now I'm hungry.
Plus, I think they look nicer too.
Oh yes, I agree. That's what I was going from with the art thing. The beautiful burrito.
I would usually turn my camera on. It's not like me to have it off, but I'm just sweating so much.
Oh yeah, you're good. Are you still naked?
No, I went outside to meet a woman, so I had to put some clothes on.
Oh, that's good. uh, because I went to go to the bathroom and I had to do a couple other things, and I came back and June was gone and you were gone and Mac was the only one there, but then Mac disappeared.
Yeah, I said, well, I'm going to be going soon, and he said, well, I'll go now as well. I made a baby stop crying. That was good. It's a crying
Oh
baby,
my!
and it stopped
How do
crying
you
when it saw me
how do you stop the baby from crying?
just by being there.
Are you magical? That sounds like some magic shit.
I don't know.
Like, fuck Jesus, bring people back from the dead. You can stop babies from crying. I think that's a superior power.
Yeah, crying babies are so, to me,
Sad.
annoying.
This, that means you must have an aura of happiness and peacefulness around you. Dude, you're a literal fucking angel or some shit.
I, it's not for me to say.
Well, has this happened multiple times?
Yes, more than once.
That means you are so kind, so much of a good person that you have an aura. You have a field, a invisible field of peace and happiness surrounding you that babies can pick up on. You really are a Gandhi monk Care Bear thing. You really are. You're fucking. We might as well throw a little bit of Jesus in there too, a little sprinkle of Jesus. You're you're something fucking special. Cause I can't do that. But babies scare me, so sometimes
All
I think.
babies or one in particular?
Wait, what?
Babies, plural or singular? Well, babies. You said
Well,
babies, not baby.
yeah, babies in general. I don't know. I like babies. They're cute, but it's like I don't know. I don't want to be left alone with one because that life is in your hand. That little chubby life, and I don't. I think I'll find a way to mess that up. I don't want to accidentally kill a baby. That'd be horrible. I could never forgive myself.
No, that went well. No.
Yeah, because I'm so scared of dropping one. You know, they're like eggs. They could just, break, and it'd be like, oh no, that'd be so sad.
Babies are like eggs.
Yeah, they're fragile,
They are.
and so are eggs. I mean, I think it's easier to crack an egg than a baby, but you don't want to crack a baby. You want to crack an egg.
Yeah.
Damn. But no, that's like some amazing shit. You're like, yeah, that's like superhero. You're the baby whisperer. That's what you are. Like, fuck the animal whisperers, fuck the ghost whisperer. You're the baby whisperer. No wonder why Mac wants you to raise his child. You're in tune with the babies. That's a crazy thing, but a wonderful thing.
I just updated my picture. That's Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, but I still gotta see that. I still gotta see the original Ghost in the Shell. I've never seen it before.
When you move your head, I'm moving my head right now. When you move your head, do you hear sounds in your neck?
Sometimes.
It sounds
mean-
like cartilage.
Yeah, like your neck cracking and moving. Yeah.
No, not cracking, just moving.
Yeah, sometimes. I think
Making a lot,
that's what you're
making a
talking
lot of
about.
noise.
Yeah, there's definitely some neck noises, some grooves.
Just sort of, it's hard to describe the noise. It's almost a sound of movement.
Right. I think it's your, like, it might be the little man inside of you. Well, I don't know if you have one. I have one. He might be like, making some noise. He might be moving stuff around inside your neck. Because, I don't know. I know there's not really a little man inside of me, but sometimes it feels like there is. He's really nice, though. Except for when he's not.
I pictured Danny Glover for some reason.
I would let Danny Glover live inside of me. I'd be fine with that. I think he would keep my body real nice and neat. I think he'd be very orderly. Well, I don't want a person that would make a mess.
What about Jeff Bridges?
Wait, what?
Jeff Bridges, would he make a mess?
I don't know.
Well, not Jeff Bridges. I'm thinking of Jeffrey Lebowski.
Oh, the dude? The dude would. Because he's fucking have Walter. I can't have Walter living inside of me. Walter would blow up my kidney. Because,
Yeah.
he'd be like, I don't know, something. He'd be like, this is pooping, not Vietnam. There's rules we must follow, or something. Wait, you don't poop out of your kidney. Never mind.
Wait, have you seen that film? I never actually watched the whole thing. I found it kind of just maybe too childish. That film Inside Out.
Oh, I like Inside Out.
I remember imagine if one of those emotions was Walter. He would be anger, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. Market zero. Market zero. This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass, Larry. This is what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass. What his name was Larry or some shit.
Yeah, Larry.
That movie's funny. And I love how odd it is. It's just great.
Have you seen John Goodman recently?
No.
He's lost so much weight.
Oh shit. I mean, I know a lot of them do because of health reasons, which is good. That's always a good thing. you know. It's funny because you bring up Inside Out because I've had a story stuck in my head that I'm gonna write out that kind of reminds me of Inside Out, but not really. So it is funny you brought that up.
Ooh.
Yeah, it has like a similar vibe to it.
Wait, hang on a second.
Hey,
Nate,
Nate.
that's you. I didn't. You changed your name again. I didn't know that was you. I
Oh,
just.
Nate, are you okay? You just kind of disappeared last night. But yeah, we're here. We're just chilling.
Talking about licking Spanish people and
Conspiracy theories. Well,
Danny
not
Glover running
conspiracy
around inside
theories.
your head.
Yeah, go inside head. Sasha's a baby whisperer. Um, 9/11 was an inside job. You know, a little bit of everything.
That was the first thing said in the Boondocks, the TV series, The Boondocks, which Corey reviewed, and he said it's the greatest thing ever.
I gotta see the Boondocks.
I bought it
Oh,
because it
you're
was.
good, Nate. No worries.
I didn't know it
So,
was you. That's the third name change I've seen. Well, because you were Horror Boy, then you were a change is coming or something like that. And
yeah, I've seen a little bit of the Boondocks.
I bought the whole series in a set, but the first disc wouldn't play, so I had to buy season 1 separately just to replace the faulty first disc.
Oh, that's awesome, Nate. And I love the name Deep Fried Awesomeness. Dude, you need to get Corey to do like a theme song for you. Because I bet Corey could take that name and make a magic song out of it.
He could do that for everybody, really, I think.
Oh, for sure. Oh, did you like Morbius? I haven't seen it yet.
He watched more BS.
Yeah, it's like Sony did it about a Marvel character who's a vampire. He's from Spider-Man. Mhm.
It wasn't terrible. That's not the best review. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah, I saw a video clip of it where he goes and scratches someone's throat and the guy falls holding his throat, but there's no blood. It's beautiful. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, obviously the dude was supposed to have a slit throat, but it's like, he's not bleeding. There is no blood.
Not 5 out of 5, then. That's 5 out of 10. Well, I saw someone review the film, and they said they said that Gerard Leto's performance is the single greatest performance ever given by an actor in the history of film.
Of
And
course they did.
I said this was a few days after April 1st, so I didn't know if it was a late April Fool's joke.
He's the dude, there's parts where people should die, but they don't die because it's PG-13.
Well, I mean, people can die, but it doesn't have to be extremely graphic. You know, people die in Jason Bourne films. They kind of
Wait, the Bourne films aren't R?
those are all PG-13. That's what I'm saying.
Damn. I didn't even know that.
For you to think that they were, that yeah, you see what I'm saying?
He stabs a fucker with a pen.
Right? Yeah.
Hey, how's it going again?
Hello.
God, I was just fucking around with wires inside my desktop. That was probably not a great idea. Don't even think it solved anything, to be quite honest.
Right.
God damn, I hope this doesn't affect future streams.
Yeah, all the Jason Bourne films are PG-13.
Yeah. So it seems to just be doing what I'm display capturing. Let me try something else now. Hang on. Let me
Right.
see if this... Alright, so that freezes me. One sec. Let me see if this freezes me. Nope, that also freezes me. Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Maybe
Microsoft Edge is not supposed to be open. Why is it open?
Maybe it's using too much bandwidth.
Well, it's my CPU, most likely, but why is Edge even open? I didn't open it. It's not a... Alright. Default apps. No, that's not it. Where's my launch apps? Websites.
That's funny.
Startup apps, that's it. Not Cortana. Not Edge. Not that. Probably gonna have to do a fucking full-on. It's annoying.
You still got the beard, Trench.
Yeah.
In this weather, I think it's much cooler without having any.
Hey, how's it going? Someone said my name in the chat. Hey.
Yeah, that's Nate.
Yeah. Sorry, my memory's very bad right now.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I get it. So many
Yeah.
people. He changed his name.
Yeah. Alright. Let's also do security. Let's check.
But yeah, fucking, I only do have a beard. I have, like, long as fuck hair, too. But, I mean, sometimes it gets hot, but I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah.
I like letting my skin breathe.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's fair, but it's beneficial during the winter. You might think it doesn't do much, but it adds a little bit.
You know what it might be is, hang on. Let me try this.
Yeah, I hope you can get it working.
Could you hear me when I was doing that?
No, it went silent for a minute. Did you
Fucking
get
hell.
silent for you too, Sasha?
Yeah, I didn't know you were talking.
Shit, alright, so it is just OBS. Maybe there's a cache issue with OBS as well. Why can't I get to my settings? Holy shit. Alright,
Yeah,
I
it
guess
might
there's
just be
that.
the program.
Let me try right now. Maybe it is just Far Cry 6 as a memory hog. Alright, is it yep. It is just Far Cry 6 takes up so much memory. Alright, well. I guess I'm not playing Far Cry 6 on this right now. Let's go back to OBS. Probably just need to get some new RAM, to be quite honest.
Right.
Yeah. Alright. Well, I'll play something else. Let's see, Far Cry 5 is fucked up.
I've never played any of the Far Cry. I've seen videos of them.
They're pretty good.
I know people love that villain from Far Cry 3.
Yeah,
I've seen pictures of him.
Voss is pretty good. He's a pretty cool villain. Alright, let's not do display capture. Let's do game capture. Let's do Far Cry 5. Let's see if that takes. I'm still going, right? Hang on. Am I still going? Am I going?
It appears to
Yeah.
be. There's some text on screen.
Fuck, really?
Oh, now you're struggling.
So that freezes me too, Far Cry 5? Far Cry 5 also freezes me. Shit. Let's
Yeah, you
try. I
struggle a little bit.
want to play. Let's play. Alright, well, we'll try 3. Holy shit, this is annoying. Alright. Is that working?
Oh no.
It appears to be. Yeah, it's working. No, you're frozen.
Am I frozen?
Yeah,
Really?
the game.
Well, you're right. It's
Holy
on and off.
shit.
It's on and off.
Holy shit. That's annoying. Can I do Steam games? What fucking game can I do while I do this? Holy shit. Let's try Road to Hill 30. Can I just run something in the background? Jesus.
Yeah, that's
I don't know if you saw what I said at the start of your stream, Georgie.
Oh, about the polka dot thing?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I did do that. That was funny.
Wow! It's just any game. Any game fucks me over. Holy shit.
Do you have this
Yeah.
trouble on your own streams?
I've never had this trouble on stream before. I gotta go do a stream now to check that I can stream still.
Yeah, I hope it's not like a big thing. Maybe it's just my stream. You know, I don't know how that would work, but I hope you're able to like, you know, do your own stream fine.
Yeah, hang on. I'll be back, guys. Holy shit.
Yeah, you good, dude. Yeah, I hope things work out.
I suppose my streams are quite boring because all I do is talk. I don't play a game or have anything interesting going on.
Well, all I do is talk. I mean, some people come on and play games, but all I do is talk. Nate, do you want to join us? It's okay if not, but it's just really good talking to you, you know? You're one of the inner circle, and it's been a while, you know, since you're a scientist now. And like, it's always good talking to you. But it's okay if you're busy.
Nate is a scientist.
Yes. He works in a factory at night, and he wears a lab coat, and he does things. He's a scientist.
Is it hush hush?
It might be, but he's a scientist. Nate Max, the science guy. Dun, 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 dun.
I just watched LA Confidential again. Speaking of hush hush.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh, I recommend it. It's really, I think it's a classic myself.
I hear it's good. I'll have to check it out at some point. Because it reminds me, there was one movie I watched that had Robert De Niro, and I think Eva Mendes, and I think Matt Damon too in it. But it was like, I fell asleep during it. It was a movie
Are you
about.
talking about The Good Shepherd, which he directed?
Yeah, I think so. I think I fell asleep though. I was like younger when I saw that movie, so I don't think I was ready for it. Because it seemed like a very adult movie.
And Joe Pesci was in it too, because De Niro, you know.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize Joe Pesci was in it. That's cool.
Joe Pesci is like a mango.
Yeah, but he'll call you a bunch of names.
That's true. Well, I mean, if it's in the script, it's true.
You're only out here because of me. He's just out here because of me. Yeah, and Pesci's great. Still one of the greatest roles is his role in Moonwalker when he tried to get all the children hooked on drugs. Michael Jackson had to turn to a giant transformer to stop him. It's one of the greatest movies.
I saw Joe Pesci on the David Letterman show, and he was talking about playing golf with Jack Nicholson.
Oh, shit.
And David Letterman said, "Well, yeah, you and Jack Nicholson just makes a lot of sense. That sounds right." Like it's a natural fit.
That sounds like an interesting combo. Jack and Joe.
I think Warren Beatty was there too. I'm not sure.
Wait, who?
Warren Beatty.
Oh, I've heard of him. I don't know if I've seen him in anything.
Check out Bulworth. That's a good film he made.
Oh. Okay.
Halle Berry's in it, so it's funny. It's a political satire.
Oh, is that the one with Steve Martin and Eddie Murphy?
No, that's Bowfinger.
Oh,
In Bulworth, he's running for president in Bulworth.
oh, gotcha.
It's funny. I think you'll like it. It's funny.
Yeah, I like funny things.
Yeah, you should see Bulworth. Oliver Platt is in it too.
Oh, shit.
Halle Berry.
Yeah. What do you think is Halle Berry's best movie?
As in the best film she's made or her best performance?
Either one. For you personally. Like, what would be your favorite?
Well, what is the I forget the name. No, I don't. Monsters Ball. Monsters Ball was good.
Oh, shit. I gotta see that one. I've heard about that. There's no real monsters in that, though.
No.
It's hypothetical. Because when I first saw it, it shows, like, the cover shows two people in, like, this long grass. And I was like, oh, this looks like a dope monster movie. But then I found out, no, that's not what it is. Because I thought it was like some apocalyptic monster movie.
Well, that's the film she won an Oscar for.
Yeah, I gotta check it out at some point. For sure. I'm gonna get a closer look at Nate's logo. That is a dope logo. Hey Mecca, how you doing? Welcome.
What logo? You mean Nate's logo?
Yeah, Nate's logo. How you doing? We're just chilling and shit.
I want to watch Waiting to Exhale. I don't know if Halle Berry's in that, but I think she might be.
Oh, what's that about?
It's about a group of women, and they're very close friends, and it's about relationships, I suppose.
Right.
Forrest Whitaker's directed it.
Oh, gotcha.
The way I described it, it's not like I made it sound.
Right.
I mean,
Well, I hope you have a good day, man. I hope the errands go smoothly.
let me see. I'm going to find out if Halle Berry's in it. Angela Bassett's in it.
I'm trying to think. Gothica's a really good movie with Halle Berry.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be here for a little bit. I don't know exactly how long, but we'll be here for a little bit.
No, she's not. Halle Berry's not in Waiting to Exhale, but Leela Rochon is.
Oh, I've never heard of her.
You might have seen her in things and just never known her name. Did you see
Probably.
Did you see Boomerang with Eddie Murphy?
I'm not sure. What's Boomerang about?
Well, it's a, I think it might be a remake. It really feels like a film which has been remade before. He's a sort of a, you know, he's a man who can get whatever he wants with ease, and he meets this woman who's not interested in him, and he's not used to not getting what he wants.
Oh, that kind of reminds me of Hitch, in a way.
Halle Berry's in that too, but so is she, Leila Rochon. And Martin Lawrence is in it too.
I have not seen The Call, so I can't speak on it.
What? You haven't seen what?
The Call. I guess
Call.
it's a Halle Berry movie where she's like one of those people that pick up the phone, the 911 receptionist, and someone is like being kidnapped. She's like talking to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know what it is.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, my bad, dude. I have no idea. It may be good. It may not. I guess the only way is to find out and maybe waste an hour of your life, but that's the fun of movies. You never know.
I mean, she makes Tomorrow Never Dies a lot of fun for me. She's my favorite Bond girl.
Halle Berry's in Tomorrow Never Dies?
No. Die Another Day.
Oh, the Bond movie.
No, right, yeah. I get the names mixed up because so many of them have got gold in the name and die and.
Oh, you're talking about the Bond movie. I've never. Wait, I might have seen that one. I'm
Did I
not
say
sure.
Tomorrow
I
Never Dies? I meant.
about,
Did I say Tomorrow Never Dies? I meant Die Another Day.
yeah, I thought you were talking about Live, Die, Repeat, the Tom Cruise movie.
No. James Bond. Die Another Day. Pierce Brosnan's final Bond film. I saw the trailer for that film, The Guilty, and I thought it looked just like typical Hollywood propaganda.
I've never seen it.
I haven't. I think it's made by David Ayer, who did Training Day.
Oh yeah, he also did Suicide Squad.
And he made Night. No, what's it called? Watch.
Oh, End Watch.
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah,
talk about it.
yeah, with Jake Gyllenhaal. And I like Jake Gyllenhaal, but this film just looks generic to me, and maybe I
Oh,
shouldn't.
he also made The Fury, which The Fury is really good.
Maybe I shouldn't judge it before I've seen it, but it didn't look like something I want to see.
Right. Have you ever seen The Fury?
No, I've seen Brian De Palma's Fury, but not The Fury.
Yeah, it's about these guys. It's about tank guys in the military. It's pretty damn good. I really like it. John Bernthal is fantastic in it. He plays an asshole.
John Berthel is in David Simon's new series. I love David Simon.
What's the show?
Let me think. I can't remember what it's called, but I could find out. But it's David Simon, so it's great. I can tell you, it's great before I've even seen it. That man can do no wrong, literally.
Oh, is that the Wire guy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch the Wire one of these
And
days.
it's very, very similar to The Wire. It looks like it's essentially the same kind of a story. Okay, let me see. It is called. I think it's called "We Own This City." I think.
Oh,
Yeah, "We Own This City." It's a 6-part miniseries, and well, like I said, that man can do no wrong.
one of these days I will watch the Wire and I will give my honest opinions on it.
Yeah,
Whether I like it, whether I don't, all that.
don't think of it as a TV series. It's just you're watching it on TV.
Well, what am I supposed to think of it as? Real life?
Yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Touche.
no, it's not.
I mean, I'll
Uh,
give it a chance. It looks really good. I'm not gonna go in not liking it. I definitely wanna keep my look
did
into
you?
it. I gotta see Oz as well.
Yeah. Did you know that John is it Bernthal? Yeah, he has his own podcast. I didn't know this. He has his own YouTube channel where he interviews people.
I know he interviewed that undercover guy from the Hell Angels, which I know brought a lot of controversy. A lot of people don't like that guy, but he covered someone that was like undercover for the Hell's Angels.
Oh,
Yeah, which people really don't like him. They call him a snitch and they say he's a liar and all that.
Jamie Hector's in We Own This City. He was in The Wire. David Simon likes to use the same actors again and again.
Right. I get it. Work with who you're familiar with. It was a winning combination for Scorsese and Tarantino, and a lot of like the big actors usually have people they like to call back.
Spike Lee. Spike Lee always works with the same actors.
Oh yeah, yeah.
John
That's
Turturro.
true. Oh yeah, he is in a lot of Spike Lee films, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Spike Lee actually is the one who discovered him. I mean, I think.
Well, that's dope as fuck. John Turturro's really slept on. He's a really good actor. Nobody really talks about him though.
He's got charisma and presence.
Oh yeah, I gotta see more Wes Anderson. I've only seen Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah, well, I recommend the Darjeeling Limited. That's a good one, and I recommend The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Those are just my favorites, but
Right. Max said to check out Bottle Rocket. And I definitely want to check out Grand Budapest Hotel because everybody's like that movie's like amazing.
I think Darjeeling Limited is better. Life Aquatic, that's my favorite too, Mecca. I know Brian can't stand Wes Anderson, but he only looks at the surface. You've got to look beyond the surface.
Right. Yeah, I gotta see it. I think I had that on DVD at one point, but I never watched it. Because Bill Murray's in it, right? And he's in a submarine.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember seeing that poster. He had a little red cap on. like a little red hat, and he's in a submarine.
Bill Murray, Owen Wilson,
Yeah,
Kate Blanchett.
yeah, definitely. It's definitely on the list. It looks really interesting.
I understand why people don't like Wes Anderson because he's so particular with the way that he does things.
Right. Yeah, I just love how Fantastic Mr. Fox is so odd. It's got that type of humor that is just there's just a magic to how odd and kind of uncomfortable, but also like kind of stilted, but at the same time like precise. But I don't know. There's like an odd magic to that movie.
Precise. That's a good word to use. Precise. Yes. Very,
Yeah,
very precise.
like a precise oddness. I
A
love it.
precise specificity.
Yeah, dude, it's just the comedic timing and just how everything looks a little bit off, but also like it's completely meant to be that way, but still a little off is great. Oh shit. I hope you get that worked out, man. That sucks. That sucks for sure. Oh shit, Jeff Goldblum's in it? I really like Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum's in it. He's also in Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh shit, I'm gonna have to try to check that out.
And Willem Dafoe is in both as well.
Around noon today. Def- And if I miss it, I'll definitely try to check out the replay. I gotta start watching people's videos more. I'm very bad at doing that. But yeah. Good to actually pay attention. That's funny. I get it. We can be very boring. Oh, Willem Dafoe? Oh yeah, he plays a rat in Fantastic Mr. Fox.
He
Shit.
plays a German in Grand Budapest Hotel. There's one thing I don't like about Wes Anderson is the way he treats animals in his films. But other than that, I approve.
Oh shit, he goes hardcore on the animals.
Well, it's just unnecessary things happen to animals. It's not done for the plot. It just seems gratuitous to me.
Right. I mean, yeah, Quinn, I can agree on that. Willem Dafoe pretty much kills it in every. Even if it's a bad movie, he usually does a good job. Like, even in the Death Note movie, he killed as Ryu. Even though that movie's a beautiful mess, but he kills as Ryu, and he's also great in Odd Thomas. I mean, like that's a decent movie. That's a pretty good movie, but like you know, he does stand out. Oh, nice. Oh, dogs are always abused.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder. Maybe he was attacked or scarred by a dog as a kid. Does anybody know about that? Because I'm thinking maybe this guy was like attacked by a dog as a child, and now he has a grudge against dogs.
Yeah, that's the one and only thing I can't. You know, in the Grand Budapest Hotel. I mean, Life Aquatic. This is not a spoiler. And
Right.
I said it once, and somebody keeps bringing it back up to me. I can't remember who it is. I said something, and no, maybe it was you.
Oh,
I think it was you. Jeff Goldblum hits a dog with a rolled up newspaper.
Oh shit. Yeah, he did say that.
He smacks it on the head with a rolled up newspaper. The dog
Or
didn't
no,
do anything to deserve that. He just did it.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, what's his new film?
it's called The French Dispatch, I think.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, he switched it up for a cat in Grand Budapest.
Yeah, it's
But
horrible what happens to that cat. It's horrible.
we've been being too mean to the dogs. We gotta do a cat.
And there's Moonrise Kingdom.
The dog gets left behind on an island. Okay, I think this man might have been attacked by a dog as a child because it just seems overly cruel for no reason.
In
But
in in in, in Moonrise Kingdom, the dog gets shot with an arrow,
what the fuck?
and they just, you know, don't really even make anything out of it.
Damn. Did he just throw my cat out the window? What the fuck?
He made another animated film called Isle of Dogs, which I have not seen.
Oh, I gotta see that. That looks right. Or I think I might have seen that. I'm not sure. I remember. I don't know. I remember it, but it's weird. I don't remember the whole thing. So I don't know if I've only seen bits and pieces of it, or if I've seen the whole thing and just forgot some of it. Weird.
He's one director. All his films are on Criterion.
Oh shit. So he's one of those that is like well respected.
I don't know about that. He just has such a distinctive look and style.
Right, he stands out. And I think the worst cat murder for me had to be in The Collector. That's probably one of the worst because, like, even I was like, oh shit, this is fucked up.
The film with Chow Yun-fat and Mark Wahlberg.
No, it's a horror movie from like the May 2010s, early 2000s, somewhere around there. I think May 2008, something like that.
I don't know that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what it is because you'll imagine it. But it's about this guy that sets traps in his house and shit. And he takes over these people's house and sets traps. And there's a jewel thief who's gonna rob the house, but he doesn't realize that this fucking dude in this leather shit like has like trapped it and shit. So so it's pretty much this burglar in this house trying to like get past these traps and deal with this dude, and well, also trying to help the young daughter and some of the other family members who are trapped in the house. So essentially, our kind of criminal becomes the hero.
I actually don't remember that scene from The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Oh shit! I've never seen it.
I also
Oh
don't
yeah,
remember who
Cannibal
was saying.
Holocaust. I love that movie, but it definitely takes the cake for most disturbing animal scenes because, well, of course, they're real.
I was surprised when Sean was saying about he watched American Gangster, and I didn't remember the Josh Brolin character. What he said about with the dog, I just don't remember.
I've never seen American Gangster.
It's a good film. I liked it.
Yeah, I know it's got Denzel in it. I think Russell Crowe.
Yes.
Yeah, I get the cruelty free out of it, but I do feel that does take away the impact, and it's not that I like seeing those animals murdered. I don't, but it's the only way to really get that full experience. And I've only seen the movie a couple times. I don't watch the movie a lot because it's not an enjoyable experience, but it does make you feel something. It does what a film's supposed to do. It makes you feel something. You feel wrong after watching it. You feel guilty.
But you went back and watched it a second time.
Yes, I did. I have seen it a couple times. Because there's something about it that makes you want to go back. And just because it reminds you of the darkness of humanity, but also the beauty of humanity. There's a lot of good with that film and a lot of evil in the movie in general. It's a powerful movie. It's a very powerful movie. And I think that's what makes it great. Now, I think that they shouldn't have murdered those animals. I think that movie would have been just as good without the animal murder being filmed. But, it is what it is. I can't go back and change that director's mind. I do not like that happened, and I don't condone it, but it happens. Oh no, it's not. It's not supported by the animal deaths at all. It's not. But it does give that extra punch. But no, I do agree. I could get people watching the cruelty-free version, but like I said, I do think a little bit of the impact is lost. But
there's a French film which I really like a lot called Wages of Fear. It was remade by William Friedkin as the sorcerer, and that's really good too. That might be the best remake I've ever seen. But in the original, in the opening scene, this man a man just kicks a dog.
Oh Jesus!
It's just something that happens in the background. He's not even a character in the film.
Oh, nice, Quinn. Yeah, Mecca. No, any way you can watch it, that's good. Like, if you need to watch the cruelty-free version, you go ahead and do that. Like, I totally get that.
It's a shame I can't. It's a shame that I can't watch Prey because I actually was looking forward to it, but John said it would just disturb me too much.
It probably would.
Which is not what I would expect from a Predator film.
Well, I think because what they're going for, I haven't seen it, but what they're going for is the Predators taking creatures like wolves and bears and all these animals who are predators and turning them into prey. I think that's kind of the thing.
I thought it was the humans doing this to the
Oh,
animals.
the humans are getting hunted too, I think, but I think there's a lot of animal hunting from what I hear. Oh yes, what happens to the humans there is very disturbing, and what the humans do is even more disturbing.
Remember when Nate was trying to convince me to watch this film?
Yeah, I mean, I think the only way you could do it is the cruelty-free version. I think for you would have to be the way, but it's still going to be disturbing.
It's not cruelty-free though, is it? It's just less cruel. There's still cruelty.
Well, just no animal cruelty. Oh yeah, Predators in feudal Japan would be great. I would love to see an ancient Greece Predator movie as well. But yeah, feudal Japan is definitely a perfect mix. That'd be fantastic.
Maybe if I go into Prey knowing, to expect that level of violence, I can take it. I don't know.
Yeah, because from what I did hear, well, someone said that the animals look fake. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie, but yeah, the animal scenes are edited out. Yeah, exactly, Nate. Exactly.
That's what I mean.
The
Still
the movie.
plenty of, still plenty of cruelty without that.
Yeah, I mean it's a fucked up movie. They shove a stone dildo up a woman's vagina. I mean, it's fucking. You're gonna be in for some shit. Like that movie is dark as fuck.
Is it? It sounds kind of sadistic to me.
It is sadistic, but it's the point is that no matter if you're from the jungle or the concrete jungle, you, humans are capable of both great good, and great evil. And that's what that movie's about. That movie because some of the people, the natives from the jungle, do evil, fucking horrible things. And some of them are good people. And then some of the people from the city are good people. And then some of them do evil and horrible things. And some of them exploit the natives and do horrible things to the natives. That is fucking disgusting. And then the natives have enough and they take their revenge. Moon is now fighting a jaguar. Holy shit. Yeah, it's a study on the darkness, but I also think there is shown of light as well, because some of the natives are good. Some of the natives are evil, but some of the natives are good. Exactly, Nate. Exactly. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, but I'm already aware of that. I don't really need to see it to know it.
yeah. Oh, that's good that they made a truce. Yeah. Yeah, Maniac and Henry Portrait of Serial Killer, those are also great. I love Maniac and Portrait.
I just updated my name.
Ooh. I'm here to chew bubble gum, kick ass,
I'm here
and
too.
fall out of bubble gum. Oh yeah, a little. Yeah, I'd say a little silly. I love it when he blows up Tom Savini's head, though. That's like one of the best kills where he jumps on the car with the shotgun.
Oh, have you seen the TV series called Preacher? Or do you know of it?
A little bit of it where the vampire jumps out of the plane with the umbrella and the butt person. The butt person.
Right, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit.
Have you seen the opening scene? I think I have. I own it on Blu-ray.
I think so. What is it again?
Well, there's a scene where it's in a bar and there's a TV on, and they're talking about Tom Cruise on the TV.
Oh shit.
I don't think this is a spoiler to say this because it's not something to do with the plot. It's just something that's on the TV. Tom Cruise explodes in the first scene of Preacher.
That's awesome. We were talking about Tom Cruise earlier.
Well, yeah, the whole Scientology thing.
Yeah. Oh, I've never seen Necromantic. I've I've heard about it though. I've heard about the scene with the rabbit. Yeah. Like I'm
Oh,
glad they're not allowed to do that anymore to kill animals for movies. Like that's fucked up. Oh, I forgot to ask him about Jared Leto's call. I'm gonna ask that guy next time if he knows anything about Jared Leto's call. Oh, I've never seen Apocalypse Now, but Sasha has.
oh, whew. There is a horrible scene in Apocalypse Now, but the thing with that is it wasn't done for the film. If they weren't shooting, that still would have gone ahead. It's something that they just do or
Well,
did.
same with Cannibal Holocaust. Those movies, those animals were gonna die anyways. They just decided to film it for the movie, which is fucked up. Like they shouldn't. I do not agree with them doing that, but like I said, it is what it is. It happens. But
Oh no. Oh no.
is everything okay?
I made a mistake earlier and I've got to fix it.
Not the muskrat.
Now it's time to erase that mistake. Who said that?
Oh, the muskrat was killed by one of the actors. Jesus.
Oh,
The stream's dark as fuck.
wow.
Oh, but I thought the muskrat, they ended up eating the muskrat later. I just realized you're talking about Cannibal Holocaust. Yeah, what that tribe does, but I thought it was they had no food out there, so
Oh,
they had to eat the muskrat.
that was RoboCop. Now it's time to erase that mistake. That was a line from RoboCop, wasn't it?
I
Dick
think
Jones
so.
said that.
Yeah. My bad, dude. I thought you were talking about like another movie. I didn't realize you were talking about Cannibal Holocaust. And I didn't realize you were talking about that. Now I get what you're saying. Because from what I was told, I thought everything was eaten for food because they were really out in the jungle and shit, like real shit. But maybe I could see them just doing fucked up shit just for sake.
Oh, that's nice.
I gotta give World's End another chance. I mean, I didn't really like it the first time I seen it. I gotta give it a second watch.
I liked it straight away. You know, I have that yellow line on my projector.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't know if you saw the video, but I have a yellow line on my projector. My friend
yeah, I
Danny, he
think
sent
I
me
considered that.
my friend Danny sent me a link to a website where projector repairs. That was nice of him.
Yeah, that's great. That's fucking dope.
I just found it now.
Oh, Sean Wilden, that's a decent ranking. They're all great. I mean, well, at least Sean and Hot Fuzzes. Like I said, I gotta watch World End again because there was something about that I just didn't really like. I don't know, just didn't really click with me.
I mean, it's pretty. The pub culture is a very English thing, so maybe you saw it differently, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, maybe. I definitely gotta rewatch it for sure. Give it another chance. Especially since I don't even drink, in
It
America.
had me laughing. It had me laughing constantly throughout the
Oh,
film.
well, then it did its job for sure.
For me, yeah.
There were some scenes that were funny to me. I don't know, something about it just kept me from getting fully into it. Oh, I love Texas Chainsaw too. My Sonny Bono wig. You messed up my Sonny Bono wig. Yeah, I have to watch it one more time for sure. Give it another chance. Because I love Shaun of the Dead. And Hot Fuzz is really fun. It is weird how does that franchise have so many movies that people hate, but yet they go used to make them like part two. People hate part three. People hate part four. People hate the remake. Same people hate. Yeah, exactly. Like the ones I don't like is I don't really like 3D. I don't really like 3D, and probably the new one. Even though both 3D and the new one do have good aspects to them, they're just, I don't know, there's a whole, I'm not really a fan of, because I do like Letterface, though. I do find Letterface enjoyable. I know it's not perfect, I know it has a lot of issues, but I do find it enjoyable.
I need to rectify a mistake I made earlier.
Yeah, exactly, Nate. Like, the only thing people can agree on is the first one is good. But my favorite's the prequel, actually. That's my favorite of the chainsaws. Oh yeah. I will say technically the first one is the best. Technically. But if I gotta go favorites, I would go the prequel, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. I just love the mix of the horror and the comedy, and just like I like how dark it is, but also how funny it is, and I think the final girl's really cool, and I just like that mesh. Then TCM2 will be right there. I love that movie just because of its insanity, and then the original, because the original is fantastic. And then I probably put the remake after the original. Oh, the first Kingsman's good. I haven't seen the other ones.
Don't waste your time. I hated it, actually. I really hated it.
Oh, what?
Kingsman 2.
Nate says he's got 2 and 3, and the first one. I think he's never seen any of them.
Kingsman.
Yeah, because there's a third one that they made. There was a goat in the trailer. got me really excited to see the movie, even though I hadn't seen the second one.
Yeah,
you know.
I really, really, really don't recommend the second one. It was just lazy to me, and Elton John was in it.
Glossy digital cinematography doesn't help, right? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the first Kingsman's fucking badass. That is a badass movie. It's lots of fun.
I felt there were scenes in Kingsman 2 that had me feeling kind of sorry for the actors that they were doing what they were doing. I thought you could. Did you lose a bet or something? You know.
You could do better.
I mean, no, it was that bad. It was really that awful to me.
Right. Yeah, it sounds really bad if you're talking about it like that.
But $10 for all 3 films—that's good. Was that on DVD?
Oh, I like Kick-Ass. I like Kick-Ass 1 and 2. They're fun. Even though Kick-Ass 2 wasn't as good as the first one that I remember, but they're both pretty fun. Because I just like Nicolas's Cage is like fucking knockoff Batman, and Hit Girl's great. Nick Lovin as a superhero or supervillain. Red Mist is great. You know, Kick Out. They're all good. It's good. It's fun. Yeah. I could say that. Yeah, 2010 5.
That's strange to me because that wasn't a long time ago.
Nope. Only a decade ago. Only 10 years. Which one's Mark Strong? Is he the bad guy?
Mark Strong was the villain in the first film.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, the villain's good. When he just fucking kicks, Hit Girl in the stomach or whatever, is like beating her up, it's like, holy shit. This motherfucker is manhandling a little girl. It's like, you really hate him in that moment. You're like, get that son of a bitch.
There's a really good series with him in it. Well, I mean, he's done a lot of TV. I forget the name of it, but I have it. He played a gangster. A British series. I think he looks just like Andy Garcia. Look at Mark Strong and look at Andy Garcia. They could be twins. They could be brothers.
Oh. Yeah, I'll have to check out more of his stuff because he was good. He was good as the bad guy. Oh, it was 12 years ago. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, but that to me, that's not a long time. Well,
I didn't even know there was a controversy around Hit Girl.
the fact that she was so young, yeah, that was kind of caused a bit of controversy.
Because she was murdering motherfuckers. No, I haven't. I haven't seen that.
Mark Strong was in a series with Daniel Craig called Our Friends from the North.
Oh,
That was before Daniel Craig was really established, before he was famous.
I've never heard of that.
Well, there's a lot of good English series that I suppose you haven't heard of.
Right. But you don't think 12 years is a long time?
Well, I mean, it's half your life, isn't it? So it's different for you.
I mean, yeah, man. Like, well, I don't know. I still got a lot of life to live. So, are you saying you're like, since you're older, you feel like decades aren't as long, or?
Well, what's 10 years? You know, it's not.
Oh, because you're saying like I already lived it. It's nothing.
I don't know. It just doesn't. It's not like the 80s. Maybe it's because times have changed so much that 10 years ago it wasn't as drastically different to what it is now. You know, maybe that's the difference.
Right. Who knows? 10 years in the future. I
It,
wonder.
it depends what happens in those 10 years. I think that makes a difference.
So you think like life hasn't changed as much from 2010 to now?
I would say so.
So, yeah. Well, I'm trying to understand what you mean, but I just keep getting more and more confused.
Have I confused you by saying that?
Very much. I'm very good. So you're saying that you don't think much time has passed because a lot of things have changed?
No, I'm saying, I mean, 10 years have passed, but in that 10 years, there weren't huge, nothing major really.
Okay, so no major advancements. So you think from 2010 to now, it's still pretty much the same?
Yeah, 10 years, 2 weeks, same difference.
Okay, finally. Because I thought you were saying there was a big change. Okay, now I get where you're coming from.
No, I'm saying the opposite of what you were thinking.
Yeah, I get it. Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch. I like him. Oh, nice. Mecca's like, it's 1/3 of my life.
But I mean, I remember being 15 like it was last week, so what do I know?
Damn. I don't even remember what the fuck I did when I was 15. Probably some stupid shit. Like,
I know what Brian would be saying right now if he was here.
what?
He'd be saying that I always say that age is just a number.
I would love to meet Brian as a teenager. I want to see teenage angsty Brian. See how that would be. It'd be very curious. Or like child Brian, but more teenage Brian, like 14, 15.
But
I
what
think
age
that's
would you be?
I'll be the same age I am now. Or, like just maybe watch him from afar in a non-stalkerish sense, just to see how he is.
Yeah, you just want to observe him from a
Yeah.
distance.
This is not as creepy as it sounds. I would have maybe even have a conversation. I just want to know because
You just want to
Brian,
watch him but not interact.
well, maybe interact, but I don't know. Like, I do look like Charles Manson. That might cause some issues, but um, I just think, well, maybe interact. I just think it would be interesting to see Brian at a younger age because I can only see Brian as this mature, you know, person who is very interesting, very unique individual, and I
Very
would
sort
love
of,
to see,
introspective.
yeah, and I would love to see how he was as a teenager who's not as mature because would he be similar? Would he still be that same amount of mature? What would his like? I would like to see that different side of Brian.
I
That
think
not
the I think the answer is yes. He would be the same.
Yeah, but everybody changes. Like nobody's the same as they were as a kid when they're an adult. Like a certain age of an adult. I mean, yeah, exactly. A time traveling fly on the wall. I don't know. I want to see like Brian before he blossomed into the flower he is now.
Oh, talking about being when we were younger, and we were talking about babies before, you know.
Yeah, you're a baby whisperer.
Well, I just thought of this. Um, I've been told that when I was a baby, I only
Mm,
cried one time, and it's when we ran out of scrambled eggs. That's it.
yeah. Oh no, that is true, Mecca. Sometimes life does force you to mature. Like, definitely. Definitely. I do agree with that.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
But there's also different levels of maturity as well. Not all maturity is the same. Like, you can be mature as a kid, you can be forced to mature, but still get more mature as an adult. Like, there's different levels. No, nobody, even as an adult, you can still keep getting more mature. There's different levels of it.
Michael Jackson.
What?
Look at that last comment. That's Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's kind of like he did revert a little bit because he didn't have a child. It's like kind of tried to recapture it, and yeah, it's a dark story, Michael Jackson.
Yeah, because he was so young, you know, performing at such a young age.
Yeah, he was worked like a machine.
I was surprised when I told you that he thought that he was Peter Pan. He actually believed that he was Peter Pan, and you didn't know that about him.
that adds a new layer to like, oh shit, that he was really messed up. Yeah, it's sad. It is sad.
I just went to my shelf and pulled off a DVD. So I couldn't remember the name of that series with Mark Strong. It's called The Long Firm.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Harry Starks runs 1960s Soho, but he wants so much more.
Oh shit.
It's set in the 60s.
Oh, credits. Like after this stream, I might not be able to do more streams on here, but I'm gonna have to check out Restream because I pick on Restream. It's unlimited, so I might be done on here for like a month or so. But I could probably use Restream to start streaming again if I really wanted to. But I don't stream that much, anyways. I like them. I like them. That second movie's a mess, but the suits are fine. The suits are good. They're enjoyable suits. They look very they look good. I like how the web lines on them stand out and stuff. They're very bright, very colorful and stuff. From what I remember.
I just received today, Nate. I waited to get the Australian edition because it's the only way to get it in 3D. Spider-Man No Way Home. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I still gotta see that one.
Because they said if you haven't seen it in 3D, you haven't seen it.
Whoa.
I'm not really a fan of 3D, but they said this is absolutely exceptional 3D.
The only movies I've seen in 3D is with those glasses, the colorful, the red and or the pink and the green, or the red and the green.
Oh, Lana Headley's in this series. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Contractional reasons. Some music edits have been made. I don't like that.
There's some good things about it, but that ending was well, not the ending, but just the movie itself was a mess. There are good aspects, like the Gwen Stacy's death. I like. Um, Electro was fine. He was fun. But Andy Han was horrible as Harry. He had no chemistry with Peter. Him and Garfield had no chemistry. There was nothing there. We're supposed to think they're best friends. It doesn't work.
There's an actress, I can never remember her name. What's her name? She was in those Divergent films. I never saw them, but
Shelley Dudley.
Yeah, she was in Spider-Man. I mean, The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, they cut her out. She played Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Which I get it, because if they added even more scenes to it, it would have been even more of a mess. But I would have loved to see her take on Mary Jane, though. I do think it's sad that she didn't get a chance to to shine. Oh, nice. Yeah, the rhino was fun. I just hate how they ended it like, oh, they're about to fight, and I'm like, yay, I want to see them fight, and then it ended. I'm like, god damn it, didn't get to see them fight. I wanted to see them go at it. Oh shit. Yeah, I know in the comics they kind of go, was it the fall that killed her, or was it sending out his web that broke her, like fucking snapped her neck or something like that? And they kind of play on that in the movie because they show when the web hits her head does like jolt back, so they kind of play off of without saying it. Did he snap her neck or did the fall kill her? Because it could go either way. Oh, test audiences didn't react well. Right.
This series is only 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Oh, what's the series called?
The Long Firm with Mark Strong.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty unheard of though.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
It's set in the 1960s in England.
Oh, damn.
I remember one particular gruesome death. He killed somebody by making them choke.
Oh, fuck.
I thought that was just kind of gruesome.
Sounds it for sure. Like, damn. Okay. I think I'm gonna take it to the back now. If anybody wants to join us in the back, we might talk a little back there. I don't know. This was a very good stream. Thanks everybody for coming. We got into a lot of dark topics, but a lot of fun topics as well. It was very good. Oh, nice, man. Oh yeah, I get that. I get being burnt out on superhero movies. That makes sense. But yeah, you guys have a good day. Stay frosty. This is Trenchy signing off. Keep
Bye.
up.